gonna start us up in just a minute.
We're up, aren't we?
I'm gonna start us up in like just a minute.
I don't believe you. We're up, aren't we?
I'm gonna start us up in 5, 4, 3. No, just a minute. I'll do it in a minute.
No.
59.
I'm so glad you're just waiting.
58.
So I don't say something embarrassing on the stream.
57.
58. 59. 4. 3.
69.
It's more than a minute.
Cyan Gemini just subscribed at tier 1. It's the 10th month they've been subscribed. They're on a 7-month streak. Thank you very much, Cyan. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Enough of those, and we'll kick Eclipse off of his throne. Hey, what's going on, Sam? What's going on, Nonamai? Let's go and potentially, if no one else has. Nope, I believe Squeaky has. Yes, she has. Good. I don't have to do anything. She has let people know that things are going on, and I'm sitting here not knowing what to do with my life now, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, sometimes I just sit here and I think, can I really be Charlie today? Especially right after like being Chester today. Like, it's just a whiplash of just ideals, and I don't know if I'm able to be that kind of a person, you know? Can I really call myself a Charlie or a Chester?
You can,
What the fuck are
because
you
you're
on
fake
about?
as fuck.
Are we doing a bit?
No, I'm just fucking
Yes,
saying
okay.
shit. I'm also
Okay, I
very
was
much
watching- I was
like,
watching Loki yell at Odin.
I'm also very much on some new medications, and by new medications I mean I'm on increased dosage of my medication, and it's making me very lightheaded, and it's not a great feeling. So if I'm weird today, I'm still getting used to some updated doses of medicine. So look, let's hope that's okay.
Oh, I've been there.
Blue, who needs more AP? Honestly, I don't think anyone. Let me look.
Me.
Do
I have
you?
always.
No, because you have the max.
Always.
Actually, I think you have one more than the max.
No, I think I'm fine.
I only have 2.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Either way. No, I think the max in Fairy Tail is 5. Because yeah, the max in Net Navi is 3, I think. So yeah. Jake, you said you had 2?
Yeah. Mine are over here on the table on
Landon
the Throne
has
of Flames.
4. Priscilla has 3. And Wilhelm has 4. The only one who doesn't need anything is Quince. Because of course, Quince is sitting over here being rich. He's got that 5 AP. He's got those 4 fake cards.
Somebody's been dealing in the black market blood money.
Yeah, you know, it'd be cool. If we could, like, I want to exchange them for fucking other cards.
Well, you see, play them and people will give you more shit.
Okay, I'll do that today.
Oh my god. Either way.
I love when you play those fake cards, especially when they cause you to die.
I can't die. I'm Quince. I'm the main character. No.
You're right, play all 4 at once.
Yeah, let's do that. In a bit, though.
Just play them all. Just make sure. By the way, Jake, because I had to do the thing we were doing before stream, I forgot to actually say something to you. I'm sorry. Do you forgive me?
What?
Do you forgive me?
No.
Joker,
Jake.
look, we have no...
Jake, I'm sorry.
I don't even know what you're sorry for right now.
So I forgot to make your explosion card.
I don't forgive you.
That's the
I
only
will
card.
never
It's the only
forgive
card
you.
that I didn't make, and it was the first card that you got that was Balin.
You will never be forgiven.
Consequences will never be the same.
BWT, thank you for the 2,100 bits. It says 3 AP for Dog, 1 AP for Landon, 1 AP for Wilhelm, and 2 AP for Pink. I'm not in the right position where I can actually do math right now, so I'm just going to assume that's correct, and I'm going to give those to them.
Hooray.
Thank you
Pink
very
gets
much,
an
lady.
extra
I
because
just
she's
came
a
back
girl.
from stuff. What? What about
Yeah,
Pink?
yeah.
One for
Don't
Henry
don't worry
and
about it,
two
Squeaky.
Sleepy.
Say P.
Don't worry about it, Squeaky. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Again, I'm just going to assume it's right. I don't know. There you
Hey.
go.
Hey, Blue.
What's up?
Top of that. Where's my dog collar?
You have a dog collar.
Where is it?
I do not know. I know you have it. Fuck you.
I just threw it in the box and I was like, where's my dog? Who killed him?
I knew I did it. I knew I got you that one. And look at all that sexy AP. Thank you very much, BWT. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. With that being said, however, there is quite a lot of cards on the table for people to have that we can go over, replacing some of their other cards with and all that good stuff. Because Jake's hand is already here, how about we start off with Shomer's? You want to start off with Shomer's cards? Mostly because you didn't get anything new.
Damn straight I didn't.
So Jake decided with his 4 blank cards, because again I didn't get the explosion card, to upgrade some of his stuff. So he upgraded Shinako's card. It disappeared into the ether. There we go. Upon upgrading Shinako's card, she is able to do a new ability, which is she is able to use magic from the Skull of Deceit that she has obtained to neutralize negative effects on her allies. And if she succeeds a DC 16 manipulation check, she may also reverse these effects. Now, Jake, you may be wondering, what the fuck does that mean? Well, you know how you send out like a bunch of poison like ground and things and it's really bad to stand on it?
Yeah.
She can make it to where it's not bad to stand on it for your allies. And in fact, if she rolls really high, she could also make it to where whatever effect is put there is reversed. So you guys might actually heal some while you're standing on it.
That's pretty dope.
Again, pretty high roll for her though, because like her manipulation isn't fantastic.
Yeah, well, you know.
But you know, it could happen, and that's the good thing.
It's in the realm of possibility.
Her stats also got increased, and she got up to a D6 for her damage dice instead of a D4.
Look at her go.
Your Blight Claw was upgraded. Your Blight Claw now basically has a more poison on there. It has made it up to a D8 plus Conjuration mod, as well as it's basically just got a damage upgrade for most of its stuff.
Extra slap.
Extra slap. Basically, your Blight Claw is your kind of bread and butter. If I upgraded it too fucking fantastically, then all of your abilities would be fucking disgusting. So unfortunately, Blight Claw has to be somewhat tame, but it's also the fact of it's now a level 2 card, and I've already talked to you about like you guys needed some cards to be up to level 2 for certain resistances. Also, finally, other than the explosion card, we have Blood Cloud updated. Basically making it to where you have 2d8 per cloud, plus your survival mod for your healing with it. You can also double your healing like you always do, to be able to do pretty good healing. I believe we counted it and it was up to like you could potentially do 84 like healing per turn or something like that.
Yeah, if the situation was at its pinnacle.
If it was at its fucking peak, you could heal yourself for 84, which is absolutely fantastic.
That was at peak performance.
And these are the 3 cards you're going to get, and I'll give you your explosion card probably never.
Son of a bitch.
I'm
Okay.
sorry!
Trying to remember, I had 4. Which one did I double down on again?
Again,
think it was-
you increased your explosion.
Oh, right, yeah.
At which point, I probably should have remembered it, but I didn't. So, I didn't actually remember until Nightshade, when we came into the room, asked me about all the blank cards, because there was blank cards beside different abilities everybody had. And there was one just over here to the side for yours. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh, no. Basically,
Never let
just
you forget this transgression.
any cards you guys have to replace, just throw in the black hole device. The next one I see Squeaky is over here with her hand. So let's do some Squeaky cards. Hers are pretty simple. Starburst got an upgrade. It is now a level 2 card, so goes over resistances for things and blah 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 blah. It now does a D6 like it normally did, plus manipulation mod on every weapon attack. And Orion uses this as well for all of her melee attacks. So that is a D6 plus manipulation for all of her attacks. Pretty fucking big damage boost there. She also increased her Dandify, which allows her, first off, to not have to worry about the MP per turn thing and just flat out 1 MP to use. It also increases all of her dandy weapons dice to 2d6 instead of 1d6, I believe. And plus any mods that already has on it. So if you use it on a regular sword or something that already has a modifier on it, you add that modifier instead of replacing the modifier. Not only that, the armor that she has, such as the dandy dress, is increased to 3 times conjuration instead of 2 times. So it's a pretty decent upgrade for a level 2 card. And these.
And as thanks, I present to you a banana.
I'm gonna delete it.
Why? Or delete it.
And of course,
My
you have your 3 contract cards. You have 3 new Celestial Spirits since the last time we've put cards in here. You have not made contracts with them, so the contracts are completely gone for the moment. I tried telling you about this before, but you were too busy reading tea. So you're too busy having your tea. But what we can do in the meantime is we can right click them and go to the description and add any sort of contract things to them at that point until we upgrade them or until we change them. But these are your 3 new contracts as well. Boop. So go ahead and replace your Starburst and your Dandify with those 2 there, and just kind of throw the old ones onto the black hole device. With that being said, another person, they got some things that aren't really too amazingly big. Is we got 2 new cards for our boy Quince. His Oaken Claws of the Wood Dragon have increased, making them go up to a flat 1d8 plus athletic mod for damage. He no longer has to have any cost to cover them with Dragon Bark. It is slightly less than the max damage you had before, but again, you don't have to use any sort of MP cost or anything to use it. You're also up to a level 2 card with this, so it bypasses resistances. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
The big thing that you had gotten is actually your dragon fruit here. You can now use your dragon fruit an unlimited number of times. It costs you 2 MP and 1 AP plus. You grow mythical dragon fruit from your body. This fruit, you can use this fruit to heal people, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. You basically learned how to use it to heal from the nuns you guys saved. I'm guessing over the course of time you guys had just kind of with them. We're gonna say that maybe you learned this ability tonight. We'll say, because let's be honest, a lot of timey-wimey shenanigans aren't happening right now. We'll say we learned it over the downtime area. Each fruit can heal up to 2d8 plus your conjuration mod. You cannot heal yourself with the fruit because you cannot eat them.
Yep.
And a person can only eat 1 fruit per turn. And only the fresh fruit heal. You can these fruits can last up to a week, but only the fresh fruit heal anything. Otherwise, one thing is, you need to use an extra AP if you want to use it on a person during your turn. Otherwise, you can just toss it to them, and they can use it on their turn. It's kind of like a potion,
Yep.
So if you put an extra AP into it, you can just kind of squeeze it into their mouth and be like, heal! Whereas if you
Heal
don't want to
rat
do that,
bastard shit.
whereas if you don't want to do that, you just kind of toss it to him. Like, there you go.
Yep.
But with that being said, don't let people know that don't let people know that this is healing magic. It's not illegal because no one's gonna think it's healing magic, but don't let people know it's healing magic.
Yeah. I just go down to the. black
Listen, if
market,
they don't know
"Hey."
what it is, it's not illegal.
To replace your oaken claws you already have on your side with the new oaken claws, throw the other one in the black hole device. Blah blah blah. You know what to do. Anthony
Yeah.
had gotten a few new cards. You have gotten several things that people have already seen. You have and one upgrade for a card. So you have your Wind Blast as a card now. Your Wind Kamehameha, which is able to erode magical armor and constructs upon hitting them if they hit with a high roll. It also does a crap ton of damage, and you can sacrifice more MP and AP during your turn to fire this off multiple times. But you can only use this up to 3 times in one day. At the moment. Because it's a big old fuck you ability. It's a bam bam spider slam, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm making sure you were there, because I thought I was talking to nobody for a second.
Oh, don't worry, you were.
Nice. Then there's also Boulder Shot. You have your Boulder Shot ability now. It is probably slightly deteriorated as far as damage is concerned, but I wanted to make it more of an ability you could use more often. So it does 2d12 plus Conjuration mod. And if you roll an 18 to a 20, just flat on the dice, then you can completely destroy constructs. It's a pretty cool ability. I think it'll be really good. The best part about having these two abilities is you can now use your aspect shift on these abilities to make other abilities based on these instead of based on the other abilities that made these. So like
Never
one
mind
thing I'm
what I-
thinking of is like both of these came from your fire ability.
Yep.
It'd be kind of neat if all of a sudden you're just like, okay, but now I want to make fireball, so I'm gonna like change my boulder shot to a fire ability.
And it comes full circle.
And it's gonna be like a fireball instead of going back to fire to flame burst. Stuff like that. You also upgraded your stone fist. It makes it to where you do not have to worry about being around Earth in order to use this magic. Basically, you just summon Earth onto your fist when you go to fight with it. You have a slightly higher damage. Blah 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 blah. It's a pretty good card.
Yeah.
So go ahead and replace your Stone Fist and put these two on there as well. Finally, we have our boy Landon's cards. And Landon has 3 new cards. First things first is Landon has the Zeal Make card, which allows him to make very simple objects and weapons with his Zeal Make abilities. He gained this from getting the small cube back at the other place, back at the Church of Deceit. And he can make some very solid objects. Noted on here that Zeal Magic was very similar to Maker Magic to begin with, so Zeal Make is actually a little bit stronger than regular Maker Magic because, and not like stronger as in damage wise, but like the magic that you make with it is very much like more durable. It can stay around for longer and is a little bit more durable because you're basically just reinforcing it at that point.
Yeah, man.
You can make very simple objects or weapons such as like stools or sticks and things like that at the level you're at right now. But you also, because you have your Zeal Shield, you're able to create just a shield made out of Zeal Make now, which will give a +1 to your AC. You're also able to hand that off to people, so that's pretty good.
Hey.
So that's pretty neat. These things do eventually like disappear. But you don't have to really worry about that usually during a battle. But like these things you do usually like at some point disappear. Unless we look at Zeal Make Supercharge. The big thing with Zeal Make Supercharge, Landon, is that anything you make with your abilities with your Zeal Make permanently change the area around you, leaving behind remnants of your magic that will never disappear.
Yeah.
Unless they're destroyed or dispelled.
So I technically could supercharge make a badass greatsword, and then go fall asleep, and wake up, and the greatsword will still be.
Yes. However, I want you to note at the bottom of this, any weapons created will quickly lose their full destructive power.
I know, because that's exactly one of the things that we are concerned about.
Destroy the economy. Become the greatest awful weapon merchant.
Yo, somehow, some way, my fucking power has now become the Green Lantern ring. Anything I can imagine, I just make.
Basically, anything that you make with your Zeal make weapons, you add another 2d8 to any damage rolls that you make with those while you're in Zeal make supercharge. You gain +2 AC to any Zeal make armors, such as the shield and things like that. And anything made with Zeal during the turn can also be doubled in size.
Oh shit.
So let's say you do decide to make a great sword. You make that great sword and you hand it to Jake, and Jake bites it and becomes Sith.
Jesus Christ.
Ow.
That's fucking disgusting.
So I thought you would like that. All of your abilities, of course, get supercharge abilities because your Zeal supercharge over there. So I just thought that'd be a pretty cool way to do it without making it like extremely broken. Just kind of like letting you be able to create things, kind of like how that guy did before that you got the magic from, making like boxes and like small things that just stick around even after that guy's death, you know?
No kidding.
And finally, we have Zeal Make Flying Disc, which was the final thing you decided to use your cards on. Zeal Make Flying Disc makes a large disc-like object beneath your feet. This object can be controlled at will by the caster to fly in any direction during your turns, and fly as fast as the person atop of it can run. So for you, you run around, do things like that. If you were to put Charlie on this and zoom him around, you could make the flying disc move as fast as Charlie would. So that's
not
interesting.
safe.
That is not okay.
And
So
instead
we
of
give him the
making a
hover boots and put him on the disc.
And instead of making a new thing just for the supercharge of this, I decided to just put the supercharge ability in this thing as well. When supercharged, the spell can create a floor large enough for up to 20 medium creatures to stand upon. For up to 20 medium creatures to stand upon comfortably. Any more, they'll have to make rolls to stay aloft. Its speed at that point is twice the speed of a train. So
Holy fuck.
pretty quick.
That's a little fast there, Chief.
Pretty quick. Here's the thing. All your supercharge abilities have to be kind of ridiculous because you basically
they
lose
do.
access to your magic right after that.
Yeah, exactly. So we gotta go places. It's gonna fucking teleport us. The only problem is, I can't fucking drive the disc drunk. Because if I do, innocent people are going to die at twice the speed of a fucking train.
Are we talking like bullet train? Are we talking steam train?
We're talking trains as far as the
We're
fairy tale
talking
world
the
is, so
train.
probably just steam trains. Passenger trains, steam trains, stuff like that, not bullet trains.
Okay. So there's just not whoosh and blood everywhere.
And no, you don't have to go that fast. You could
Yes,
go
he
at a more
does.
comfortable speed.
Yo, I can't wait to go up.
Now just imagine you like making Zeal Make Flying Disc, like supercharging it, putting a shield in front of it, and then just bashing into things. Anywho,
Oh, fuck.
those are your 3 abilities. Go ahead and put them over at your sides.
Oh, boy.
There are still some more cards here.
The armor comes later, friends.
There are still some more cards here, guys. If we look here, we have the Blessed Mantle of the First King, the Horned Helm of the Lone Believer, the Jewel Blade of Unholy Avarice, and the Kindled Staff of Light. We have these 4 items that you guys had attained during the last section. Any of these would be lovely gifts to the council if you guys would like to do that. However, you can also keep them for use of yourself. These are the only items I felt needed a card. Of course, there's also like the bottled blood of the Tempest Dragon and things like that I didn't think needed a card because they're not really like combative abilities or anything like that. But there are these 4 here are the ones that are basically the most useful as far as making them in the cards. You guys can fight amongst yourselves to see who gets these. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the Jewel Blade of Unholy Avarice is already in the hands of Quince, so I'm gonna bring that over to him.
Yeah, it already is.
So I'm gonna bring that over towards him. What you doing there, Jake?
I need dinner.
What you doing, man?
I need food. No.
But it's up to you
Eggs.
guys. It's up to you guys. Who you guys want to have the other 3 cards. You guys can read them and see if you guys feel strongly for any of them. There's more knowledge on what they actually do on here, such as the Horned Helm. The helm, basically, while you're wearing it, it gives you a +2 to your athletics and survival, and it increases your health by 20. For each week that it remains on your head, it increases your stats once again, but the cost it has to be paid again. So while it's on your head, the ability that I said last time, because unlike you guys didn't know the full extent of it when you guys first got it, while you're wearing it, you unfortunately lose 1 max MP or CP.
Oh, is that something we've decided now?
No, that's something that's always been there. I just didn't have a way of telling you.
Okay, I had no clue. Okay. I hope I didn't abuse it then. I don't know.
Oh, no. It was made to be abused in the beginning. Until you guys knew what was going on, it was made to be abused. But at this point, there are the 3 things here. You guys can decide amongst yourselves who gets them. It does not matter that any of these are not made for dogs, by the way, Jake. You can use any of these in any way you guys want, including Jake. Jake can wear a helm if he wants, or a mantle if he wants, or he can eat the staff.
That's like the only one I care about, and it's I was waiting for you to be done. I want the staff, but I want everyone to be okay with it because it's going straight in my goddamn mouth.
You may eat the staff. I want this fucking cape.
Did we ever take the mantle that makes dragons dragon?
I will say to you, Wilhelm, for trying to grab the cape. Do you have the Cloak of Billowing?
I do have a Cloak of Billowing, don't I?
Do you want to wear the Cloak of Billowing, or do you want to wear the cape or the mantle?
But what if he cuts the Cloak of Billowing in half and
then
wears
it
it
stops
as a tassel?
then it stops being a magical item.
Damn.
Then it fucking yeets.
What if he wears one opposite? He just has it on the front of him like an idiot.
He just has 2 wings. One's constantly flapping, the other's just kind of.
So you can either have the Blessed Mantle of the First King, or you can have the best item that any character ever wants for any of their adventuring characters ever.
Gee.
Wait, I'm literally just wearing a shirt and pants. I'll take the fucking
Also,
cape.
by the way, there's a little bit more information on the Horned Helm on the thing as well. Including the name of the sect that Mistress Brianna's uncle was in, which was called the Sect of Force.
Ah!
Because again, they were a church that worshipped the 3 dragons, the 3 dragon gods. It's just the one you guys went to was the Sect of Demise, or not Demise, Deceit, not Demise.
No, please call me Demise too.
The one you guys were in was the Sect of Deceit. There are also the Sect of Force, and there isn't a Sect of Blood.
I can't imagine why.
There is not a Sect of Blood, for reasons.
I totally forgot to
I think
ask
it was
this,
feeding people rats.
Look, Blood did what he thought was best, and we can't judge him for it.
Yes, we can.
I completely
Well,
forgot
we
to ask
can,
this.
we're all
What's
the
up? What's
dragon.
up? What's up, Nightshade?
The Jeweled Blade of Unholy Avarice. What kind of sword is it? Is it like a katana, claymore?
It is a serrated longsword.
Okay, I just didn't know what it was. Okay.
If you look at it, you actually now know the abilities of it, which I'll let people see it. Upon drawing blood with the serrated blade of this sword, the blood as well as the blood of the wielder crystallize into a jewel. This blood jewel fetches a decent price from the right sellers, but it could also be used to perform feats of blood magic without having to adhere to its requirements. Each jewel is worth 500. Each jewel is worth 500 jewel, and can be used to replace the effects of one use of blood. basically, when you do this,
Oh,
when you
wow.
hit people with this, you can either you either have to use up 1 AP or 10 HP to make a blood jewel, and you have to do it if you draw blood with this sword.
Can I
Oh,
put the blood
fuck
jewels in my
yeah.
mouth?
You can for use for your blood cloud.
I like this. I like
Oh.
this knife. Nightshade
Fuck.
stab things. Stab Wilhelm right now.
Don't you
I'm
dare
not
stab
there.
Wilhelm right now.
I'm not
Fuck off
there.
with
I'm
it.
getting drunk.
Fuck off with stabbing Wilhelm right now, you little shit.
Wilhelm is an experiment to make me immortal.
I don't care about you becoming immortal.
Shit, I don't have to stab a human though. I can just stab any animal, right?
You can stab whatever you want as long as you realize that it also kind of stabs you.
That's fine.
It
So
also-
long
know,
as you
sometimes
realize
that's
that you
life.
draw blood, it stabs you.
Sometimes
Yeah.
that's just the life we live. By stabbing ourselves, we then stab the world.
So this is like a super illegal item.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. The big thing is though, like it's not technically blood magic. No
But-
one's gonna like this, but no one's gonna stop you from carrying it. Like, if you show this to a rune knight, they might want to arrest you, but they don't really have any real way to do it unless they take it into their own hands.
This is borderline illegal.
It's
Keyword
very borderline illegal.
It's like when you're a teacher and you want to report the kid who's wearing a hentai ahegao shirt, but you don't want to admit you know what that is.
What a fucking apt description.
Also, by the way, you might also notice I don't have a damage dice on here. That's because
Oh.
every time you hit with it, you deal 10 damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's basically no matter what, you deal 10 damage when you hit with this sword.
To
Okay.
You
yourself,
deal
too?
yes, you deal 10 damage to your opponent and either 1 AP or 10 damage to yourself.
Okay.
Man, Nightshade, look at that. You got a sword that does 20 damage.
I mean, technically.
Yeah, but it's also good for blood jewel farming. So. you know.
Nice. It's just downtime activity. Shomaru become big. Stab crystals.
I'm
Crystal.
probably here's the big thing. I'm probably going to say it does 10 damage plus your athletics mod because I'm looking at this like this thing should do more than 10 damage. So it's probably going to do 10 damage plus athletics mod. Now that I'm thinking about it out loud.
That would make sense.
I'm just
like
gonna
how-
go
Time
ahead
to
and
get
put
my
that in the
athletics
description.
mod up to 1,000.
Wilhelm, come here. We need to make some jewelry.
No. I like how this I love this idea of give up magic to be physically stronger. That's such a force. That's just a force item there.
It's like in my downtime. I'm just gonna go out and farm rabbits. I'll be right back.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna go
So I
farm
don't have-
bunnies. I'm gonna go.
Father,
I'm
where
gonna
are
go
you
find
going?
that grove that had all of those carbuncles in. I'll be right back.
Yeager's just looking up at you, terrified.
So
I
have a
am your
question.
blood god.
I have a question.
Mhm.
The Cape of Billowing. What does it?
Nothing.
It doesn't. It just billows.
It billows in the wind as if there was wind, even if there is no wind.
Can I just keep it on like a hanger? And then I'll just like switch out the mantle and the billow.
That's up to
got it
you,
right
man. Like that, you're talking to the wrong guy. You should talk to the party about this.
I don't know. Who wants this cool? Who wants this weird dragon mantle?
Or who wants a cape of billowing?
That too.
I mean, fucking.
I wanna look. I'm looking.
I've already stated my desires. I want the stick because it'll go straight in my mouth.
Ollie,
I will
I-
say, Jake, if you eat the stick, you're not getting this card. You're going to be getting a different ability.
No, I know.
Okay. Because, like, you're going to eat it, and you're going to feel really bad for a second, because you're also eating holy energy.
There we go. That's the.
But you're
I
going to
wanna
get
know how
but
to
you're
say
going to get a demonic fire ability.
This is gonna go straight in my mouth.
It's kind of like eating pure. It's kind of like eating an eighth of pure chocolate or a grape.
I just okay, so everybody's okay
Or
with
a
giving this
grape.
everybody's okay with giving this staff to Jake, right?
Yeah.
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 I have no qualms.
Is he just gonna chew on it?
Well, he's going to
He's gonna
gain
eat it.
he's going to gain ability from
I'll
it because it's a
fucking
demonic
make him a
item.
zeal stick if he gets
Okay.
upset.
Yeah, no, he can have it.
All right, everybody's okay with it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this thing, by the way, has some pretty cool abilities that it's never going to get brought up now because it's going to get eaten. Such
Right.
as it can make a aura of holy, demonic, or fire energy around itself, and it gives a +2 to anybody's AC within 5 feet in that area from those different things. So you can throw all 3 of them up and do some pretty cool things with it, or you can send out holy demonic fireballs that do 20 damage, and each day you roll 1d4 to replenish charges of this thing. It's pretty cool. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
And now it's going in my mouth.
Yep, go ahead and bring this over here, Jake, and we'll destroy it
No.
later.
Huh. You know, I actually consider. I think that the cape, the mantle, makes a personification of like the wearer's magic, not just a dragon.
Yep.
What would be the most intimidating image? I don't know. I think that could work for Priscilla when she goes completely fucking batshit, like she likes to do.
The mantle?
I mean,
Yeah,
didn't Landon
you
say
just-
he's
you just
only
haven't-
wearing pants and shoes?
That's it.
I got a shirt.
Landon just gets a bigger Landon behind him.
Seriously, I can just fucking make another shirt now if I want
Wait,
to.
if zeal. Wait.
Out
if,
of
If
zeal.
it's zeal.
Yeah.
If it's zeal, does that mean it's like Force actually shows?
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Force invented zeal.
My
Yeah, what about it?
It's
My
a
question-
Dragon.
my question about the mantle. It
You
says
can't
here
outzeal me.
this effect doesn't work on foes who are the same size or larger. Larger than the person wearing it, or larger than whatever's conjured up.
So I said the same size or larger. What I meant to say larger, but then I thought about what if Jake got it.
Doesn't
Basically, what
fucking
I meant to say, large creatures are larger.
Okay.
So it doesn't work on things Shomaru's size or larger.
Okay. I mean, if no one wants it, I'll yoink it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And who wants the horn helm?
So,
Nobody? All right, cool. I'll take
the,
it.
the -1 max MP and CP.
Mhm.
How exactly does that work? I just got to read that over again. Let's see. Believer share strength.
While you're wearing it, you do not have that. Basically.
Okay. And if
Uh,
I wore it for a week straight, it would give more to me, but I would lose more.
yes, but as soon as you take it off, everything resets.
Then it resets back to a week again.
Mhm.
Okay. Huh.
So as soon as you take this thing off, like the magic is still gone for like a little bit, but it comes right back, just like you're regenerating it again.
Well, that's the thing. I have 8 MP because of the shackle. So technically, me wearing this is not going to hurt me that much.
No, not really.
So if people are afraid of that debuff, I probably am the most negative. I am probably like the least negatively affected by it.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you can
afraid of it.
only-
I just
you
think I think you gain the most from this.
It's
Yeah.
because then it becomes like a +1 million, and I just fucking yeet
It's
people.
like that.
You are a physical attacker with your sword
That is
that's-
true.
and your zeal.
You just have like a base. You get like a bonus already to all your stats. It's just more bonus.
And besides,
you
if
can
you
take
ever
on
really
off.
need to do something, can't you just supercharge?
Yeah, that is true.
Just break reality when you feel like it.
So
If
are we
nobody's
okay
gonna
with
take
we okay with Landon taking the horn helm?
If-
Landon's
if
already been
nobody's gonna
using it.
take it, then let's assume the canon that I still have it for now, and if somebody
If
asks
that is
for
the
it, they can have it.
case, again, there are items here that were not made into cards. If that is the case, can we assume that the bottled blood of the Tempest Dragon went to Wilhelm?
Sure.
Cool.
I could figure something out with that.
Yeah,
Cool, because that has no in-combat abilities. So
Neat.
maybe
Hey,
I wanted to drink it.
Can it also go in my mouth?
no, because it's not demonic.
But it's
Well,
blood.
But it's tasty.
I just used
It's
it to
very,
regen a few
it's
HP.
very, very old, very, very preserved, like artificially blood.
So refined blood.
No, not in the slightest.
It's like a fine wine. It only gets better with age.
No,
It's
it's
full
like
preserved.
it's like an aged milk.
Neat.
So it's
It's like a fine milk. It got worse with age.
Cool. I've always wanted a vial of this.
Oh, don't worry. I was planning on you to get this from the beginning.
Neat. Why?
God.
What did you do?
Don't worry about it. Anyway,
What
so
is it? What does it do?
Crimson Dragon said Landon is his own stand, and we made a joke about that when we were discussing cards about whether or not I should just make a stand.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, the Helm of the Lone Believer suits Landon because if no one else believes it, he'll believe he can do it.
Who
Oh,
else
that
would- Oh my
Guy's
god.
a monster now. You put +2 on prowess with +2 of the helmet, so that makes +4 to my +7 Olympics, with his now +11.
Ow.
Science.
I hate math.
okay, so
Dude, I
as
hate
of
math too.
as of right now, if you do end up wearing it, just like put your MP like over here, you know? Just like as soon as you put this thing on, just like put one over here.
I was already thinking that, but since I haven't put it on, I'm just gonna leave it.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine right now. I will tell you this right now. I don't ever expect you to use the secondary effect of this thing. Like the secondary effect of the Horned Helm, I don't expect anyone to use it. I expect people to get the first benefit from it and leave it at that. If you ever decide to just be like, "Hey, no, I'm gonna wear this for a week straight," then we'll talk. Then we'll do it. But like, I don't expect you to. Don't worry.
I'm gonna ascend. I'm gonna wear it for 4 years.
It's just like,
All my zeal magic that the genie gave me will eventually disappear, but no one will ever be able to stop the Juggernaut.
I mean, you can really only realistically wear it for like 8 weeks.
Oh, once I'm at 0, does it kill me?
No, you just don't have any more magic to feed it.
Oh, that's sad.
I mean, at that point, you gain like fucking so many stat ups. It's not even funny, but you know.
I'm crying with my +20 athletics.
Oh, woe was me.
My muscles are so big that I can't even like reach my dick anymore.
Oh no, the meme has become reality.
oh,
You
no.
are Buff Landon.
Oh fuck.
Oh yeah. But yes,
All right.
that was stuff we had to get done before we got into game today. Today's game is gonna be mostly like dealing with aftermath stuff, some downtime, some things of that nature. Getting some quick scenes out of the way that we needed to get out of the way last time. Things of that nature. Kind of a chill game. We may end up leaving a little bit early. Because I'm not feeling amazing. So it depends on if I get distracted enough to like don't worry about anything going on with me. But we'll see. We'll have to see how things go. With all that being said, now that we've got all that out of the way, who wants to tell us what happened last time? All those weeks ago. No takers? No
I
one?
mean, we got back from the mission.
Before you even speak, my love, how about I take a giant green die and put it in the middle of the fucking table?
Yeah, you can do that.
Look at it spin like a Beyblade. Woo! Holy fuck, it's still going! Oh my god!
Look at my dreidel!
Go, go, go.
5. It's a 25% chance of fuck. Alright,
Hooray.
sweetheart, have at her.
Okay. Well, from what I could remember, we were on our way back. We made it back.
You just skipped over the entire game. You just literally skipped over the entire game. You just skipped over the entire fucking game. When you get to the point where you say we made it back, that skips over the entire game.
We did stuff way before we actually got back. It was a lie.
We it was a while ago, okay?
I understand. I understand. I know it was a while ago. But you skipped over the entire game.
You don't want me to recap. You know how
How
it
it
goes.
Fucking, we were on our way back. We talked to some people in the carriage. Fucking, we stuffed the nuns in a box with Anwin. Fucking, we talked to
The
this
beginning
bitch
of
and
it, the beginning of it was you finishing your conversation with the dragon.
Yeah.
learning about a bunch of things, very important things you guys need to do,
Yeah.
such as.
Timing.
Jesus Christ.
Bobby's trying to save you.
It told us about a
Told you about a girl inside of a.
Tristan's telling me what happened. Why don't you fucking tell them, Tristan? 'Cause I don't fucking remember clearly.
So, I guess I'm doing the recap then.
Go ahead, man.
3 weeks ago, we had a game. A game in which the world turned itself upside down in an epic proportions of a skeletal dragon flying us out of a goddamn tidal wave. The red-haired man, accompanied by fellow members of an organization, proceeded to take down an entire civilization of nuns, as he had predicted a month and a half ago. One of them was killed, or not really, because then they gave us back the person who we defeated. We then found out what our true purpose of this entire mission was, with the red-haired man only listening to about half of the conversation. Because he was getting kind of tired and hadn't ate breakfast. The girl in the jewel is a part of our contract. A contract made by a dragon that literally doesn't have lungs or stomach. And with that contract fulfilled, we will then ascend to a higher place of existence. But for now, we must commit to our prophecy. The prophecy of going back to the place we began, in hopes that we will continue our adventures. With someone stopping us halfway through to tell us to keep all the stuff that the organization actually had on them, until they decide to take it from us, which they might not. I might touch the scales, I might turn evil, I might kill everyone, who knows? But that's for the red-haired man to decide. And so we begin a brand new journey, where half of the guild left as soon as we got here because apparently the place they're going to is on fire.
I was honestly expecting you to be like, so we're gonna take you back to the past to play some games that suck ass.
Oh God.
The way you were talking, I was really expecting you to break out in some sort of weird fucking
I just fucking
psychedelic.
remember.
Look how
The
low
last
the
time I did
table
a
is.
recap, the last time I did a recap, it did not pick up Anna saying, "Mr. President, what would you like on your pizza?" So you guys hear me talking about this fucking helmet of truth, and now I'm about to bring down all the nuns in the fucking castle, and then I just say, "I would like a chicken pizza," and it comes out of left field, and I'm just, there's no context. But now you have it. Now when you go back to watch that recap and you hear my speech, and then you hear me say, "I would like a chicken pizza," right out of nowhere, it's because we are getting pizza.
Just don't want a chicken.
Very good. Very good. Very great recap. It's wonderful. Does anyone remember what happened when you guys got back to Phantom Lord?
I told you that half of them left because place went on fire.
Definitely.
I kind
Oh, and I was about to open the bag, and there's eyes. We're gonna see the thing in the dream.
It said hello again.
No, it did.
That was a very violent denial.
Hello again.
Like, just I wanted to say hello again.
Please, fucking
Hello
no.
again.
Hello again.
Hello
Setting may have
again.
changed, but you certainly haven't.
You got bigger.
You lost those stupid dorky glasses.
Oh God.
You lost those nerd glasses. Good job.
No, Jesus Christ. All right, let's
Okay.
fucking open up this bag of nonsense.
All right. Like you had said, the people here at Phantom Lord had decided already that they were going to be leaving toward Magnolia, setting up a little circus there, a little base of operations for the Phantom Lord Guild there. Starla is going to be setting up a teleportation area there once things are safe. and they have told you guys basically to stick around here, and that, of course, like as should be, Shomaru is in charge.
I'm in charge.
So, with all that being said, however, one of us was not here for the last part of last game, and that person had basically decided to fly their way back to the guild as fast as they could on top of 2 bone dragons. So I think before we get going with what's actually going on here, I want to briefly, and we all know what happens when I say briefly. It's going to turn into a big fucking thing. I already know it.
At least half an hour.
I want to briefly go over what is going on with Quince and his little misadventures back toward the guild. We already know he gets here, so let's not be coy. So how do you want to die, Quince? I'm kidding.
I like to not die.
Quince, as everything is going very swimmingly, you and Fiona had made your way heading back toward the guild, heading toward the tower, more realistically, with your two bone drakes high over the clouds. As you were making your way back, you do eventually see familiar territory after a couple of hours. You see familiar roads. You make your way over top of several things. While you're going through the air, I would like you to roll me really quickly for an awareness, just to see if something pops out to you, just to see if something happens around you, just to see if you notice anything. What's going on here? Get this plum blossom dice and roll me for that. Roll me for that awareness real quick. You're the absolute perfect person to roll for this, by the way.
No, I'm not.
Because you have a +1, and I love it. So there is something you notice while you're high up in the sky. And that is, you notice, again, some very familiar places. You haven't been around the countryside in quite a bit, about a decade, to be fair.
Yeah.
You go by Clovertown. As you go by Clovertown, you remember this being the town that you had eventually went to whenever you had dealt with things going on with Starla's father and the Phantom Lord Guild and all that good stuff. You do notice that while you are off on this area, while you are over top of Clovertown, you see off in the mountains there is a big chunk of the mountain missing.
Huh.
You remember the mountain. The mountain was an area that you remember going into the Phantom Lord Castle, and that's where you had your big battle with Master Julianos. But you do notice that from here you can see that there appears to be a large chunk taken out of the mountain.
I didn't realize it was that big a deal.
You don't notice much else other than that, and again, you're really wanting to get home because you're not sure how many more uses of this wand you have. Spoiler: you have about like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So you're looking over at it. You take note of it. You don't see anything else, but you do head your way back. You eventually make your way toward Hosenka. You find yourself flying over there first. And as you're flying over, you notice that there is a lot of activity at the actual guild hall. You were planning on going to the tower, but noting that there's a lot of activity at the guild hall, you decide to head downwards and make your way into the center area here. Upon doing so, just move everybody off of it. There we go. Perfect. Get off of the fucking place, guys. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. And where he at? I put him over there for a reason. Squiggly. Anyway, Quince, you eventually land with Fiona in tow, and the 2 dragons landing beside you. As you do, you notice that as you begin to land, Starla has stepped out from one of the carriages you see down at the bottom and is apparently waving up at you very, very feverishly. You see that over by one of the horses, you see Chester and Alvin kind of like packing some things in and looking up towards you. Seeing the bone drakes, they kind of like look very concerned for a moment.
I just kind of give a wave.
They look very concerned seeing those, but Starla doesn't seem to mind.
Yeah, because she's Starla.
As you land, you see that Starla kind of looks to you for a second. You notice that you're probably getting within her range of being able to read your thoughts. As you see that her face goes from worried to not worried immediately. Like, she's like, oh god, all these things happen. Oh, you're fine though. Okay, cool. But you do very much see on her face that you probably got into the range of her reading you. As you land with the two bone drakes landing beside you, Fiona just kind of like flutters a bit. You see her wings begin to flicker a little bit, and she just kind of like lands. I'm gonna roll for her really quick to see if she's super serial about things. She's not hiding it very well. She seems very exhausted.
Just does a massive, just as a face plant.
She kind of like flutters a little bit, and then she just kind of like sits down, and her wings disappear.
Thank you kindly.
Oh, where's a bed?
Starla, hey, how's it going?
Just, all right, fine, fuck off then. I'm kidding. Starla makes her way over to you guys as you land, as she just kind of like gives a big smile over towards you, Quince, as she makes her way over. She's like, "Oh, I see you've made it back, and you brought some rather interesting things with you. Where's everybody else? I mean, I know, but where's everybody else?"
Oh, I guess they're back there. I just kind of wanted to get on home first, so that way I could get these guys under the radar.
I'm sure they'll be here in a couple of hours or so, but it's really interesting that you decided to head off without them. I'm guessing it probably has something to do with that big old dragon, huh?
Should she say that big old dragon or those big old dragons?
That big old dragon.
But she's talking about...
Remember, she can look into your mind.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was just making sure, like, oh, that's he's fucking right behind me, isn't it? Oh, yeah, more or less.
Well, I'm glad that everything turned out okay, and I'm sure you could have taken care of that dragon. That's what you do, right?
Yeah, but
I guess you haven't really tested that out too much yet, though, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm really happy that you're here, and I'm really upset that you're here, too.
Is the council here?
No, but I wasn't sure when you guys were going to be back, so I was going to set out over toward Magnolia, and now you're here, and I can't spend any time with you, and...
I'm sure there'll be time.
Quince is very quiet. Let me turn up Quince.
I had my mic pointed the wrong way. How's that?
There you go. That's probably better.
Yeah. All right. Sorry about that.
But she just seems to be very pouty, like.
Oh, we'll make time.
I guess.
Besides, I need to get my friend up to a bed, and I need to get these guys out of sight.
She looks over toward the bone drakes, and then looks over towards you. You actually are planning on keeping those, aren't you?
They're damaged, like me. I can relate.
Yeah, I can see that. I can relate a little bit too. If you want, I can make them look a little bit nicer.
If we could disguise them, it'd be great.
Maybe I'll do something whenever we head out.
Okay.
Just to make sure it lasts as long as possible. I should only be gone for a couple of days, but you never know.
That's fair enough.
Speaking of being gone for a couple of days, you have to do me a favor, okay?
What's up?
You can't head back to the tower for a couple of days.
Is an investigation going on there now?
No, nothing like that, but I am setting things up to set up another teleportation point over in Magnolia. And I really don't want anything to go bad with how things are set up. I've already got some other people making their way back from there over to here. As long as you stay away from there for about 2 days, it should be okay.
Okay.
Just make sure that the others understand that as well.
All right.
She just kind of like looks over at you. I'm really happy everything went okay, but honestly, from all the things I'm seeing, you went through quite a bit, but I guess you've gone through a lot more than that. You don't even really seem fazed by all those screams or by all the things that seem to happen, all the people in that tower being gone. You're really strong, Quince.
Oh, I just make it look like I am.
I feel like I may be overestimating things. I honestly thought that from what you guys were going to be going and doing that it might be a bit of a challenge for you, and it seems like the only challenge that was there was that guy you guys saw. Maybe it's about time you guys head off for some higher rank missions.
Awesome.
If you guys are going to be staying off in a group like that.
I think they'd be down with that.
We'll have to check things out. One more thing. Naughty. How can I put this? She was acting weird yesterday.
How do you mean?
You know how she just got back, right? From, well, the mission she was off on. And when she did all that weird stuff that, you know, like tying me up and trying to scare you into hurting her and all that thing, it had me concerned, and I talked with her a bit, but she was a little bit, odd during that.
Odd in what way?
I don't know. It's really weird for me because I've never really been able to get a read on her. I'm guessing it's because of the whole dragon blood thing. I'm not really able to read the minds of a lot of people like that. But it's comforting to have someone like that around sometimes. But it's really odd that she's acting very strange. If you notice anything, it's probably that, but let me know if anything changes, okay?
I'll have a sit down with her, see what's up.
Well, we have to get things ready. Do you want to help out packing some of these places? Afterwards, we can go and get something to eat. I'm sure everybody here want to get some sort of a bite.
God, I am starving.
She gives you a smile, and then she just kind of trots off a little bit, heading off toward the others until she turns back around and just kind of like gives a bit of a very warm smile towards you. And she's just like, anybody else that went through all those things would have been really, well, torn up about it. You're really strong, Quince. I know I've said it before, but I really admire that about you.
I thank you kindly for that.
Skip, prance, skip. As Starla makes her way off to go and collect some things and put some things away, you head off to help her out as well. It seems like they are taking some things from the inside of the guild here, packing up some of the different big tops and things of that nature to take with them. And whenever all that is said and done, it takes you guys a good number of hours to do this. You guys have something to eat. You guys eventually probably sleep and all that good stuff before getting up, getting ready to pack the last little tent for the area. And as you guys are doing that, it's about the same time everybody else showed up at that point. Okay, good.
Sup, losers?
Sup, dorks? But no. Over this course of time, everybody had their ranks increased as far as the guild was concerned, and everybody got an increase in their AP and their MP, as well as getting their blank cards and all that good stuff. You guys had all talked with Starla and mentioned the stuff about the ribbon scales of Nirvana. You guys mentioned all the other things about the nuns, about the things, and she was smiling and nodding, and she's like, she very much appreciates people saying it out loud, because even though she knows that you guys know that she already knows, she appreciates that you know that she knows that you know. You know?
Nose.
As everything was said and done, Chester had decided to stay back with all of you guys, and nobody else really seemed to be heading off with them. Apparently, there's some other members already heading out toward where they're heading, as well. Starla seems to look back toward the Bone Drakes. As she does, she seems to let off a bit of a snap of her fingers, and as she does, I don't have a thing for them, but you do see that the two Bone Drakes on top of the big top seem to immediately change and shift form, as they apparently now look like two large Pegasus on the top of the big top. Look at those two Pegasi on the big top. Those definitely not bony blind Pegasi.
For some reason, 3 years ago or 3 weeks ago, I thought you said deer, but I could be wrong.
Well, I mean, it'd be weird if they were flying deer.
Yeah, that'd be a little weird, but it wouldn't be as weird as fucking skeletal dragon.
It's true. Maybe I did say flying deer. I don't know. Either way,
I can't remember, but it doesn't matter.
No,
they're big.
you had joked that you can make them look like little harmless deer, not flying deer.
Well, basically, she snaps her fingers. They turn into two large, very large-looking Pegasi. From what you can tell, like they probably shouldn't be that large, but hey, you guys just fed them really well. It's fine.
We raised that one good.
We raise them fucking good here. As that is being said, Starla gives a wave to you guys after expressing some concerns for Wilhelm, especially, again, kind of reminding everybody, since Wilhelm had some problems going on with the scales, and she had kind of removed any influence they had over him, but still kind of looking a bit concerned at Wilhelm, from everything that had happened. As they go off, she waves and she heads off toward Magnolia. You'll never see her again.
Oh, I guess this was
Pyre
good
kills
for now.
her too. I'd be damn surprised. Because that means that he's stronger than her, and because I'm stronger than Pyre, I already knew that I'm stronger than her, but that just confirms it.
Of course, obviously. Why didn't I think of that? Also, this guy just needs to leave. I'm tired of looking at him. With that all being said, guys, this is, as you guys all kind of unpack everything from your carriages, look over toward the definitely not bones fucking Pegasi you have over there, and kind of get everything kind of situated and at home. Quince, do you want to tell everybody what Starla had told you as far as staying away from the tower for a couple of days, and the fact that people are going to be heading on their way here from the tower very soon?
Yeah, we're just gonna blah that information out to everybody so that way they are caught up to speed.
Okay. Do you want to mention anything about Nonali, or do you want to keep that to yourself?
Yeah, I think I'll mention the whole thing about Nonali.
Okay. So everything that was just said during that scene, you guys now understand as well that apparently Nonali is acting weird according to Starla and according to what she is saying. She's not able to read her mind, which you guys are very interested to know that. She's never really said that she wasn't able to read people with Dragon Blood's mind, but upon that being said, Shinako is very happy. But you guys basically get all that information from things. I mean, it was implied, Dodge, but I don't think she actually flat out said it, because she wasn't able to do something with Amwin. Either way. But as all this is being said, do you guys want to do anything while you are getting ready to rest? You guys know that the inside of this place does have rooms and things of that nature, as many rooms as you guys actually basically need. However, these are the rooms you have to believe in. It's like they're definitely there. I mean, it's up to you guys. It has been quite a while on the road, and before you guys spread off into your little groups to talk with your little buddies and mess around with little things of that nature, you guys have been basically on the road for about a week minus one night. So, you know, resting might be okay. Going and pulling up a bed and things. And why are you stacking people?
Wait, what? They're all fallen. They all died.
We can't go to our tower, so we'll make a new one out of bodies.
We'll make new one and Landon will hold it up.
Of course I will. I'm fucking Atlas. I know that my main priority was gonna be go to tower, give gold dust to lady, but I gotta wait now. Well, technically I can do whatever the fuck I want because I'm me, but I'm gonna wait anyways.
What's a couple of days?
Yeah, I can do other shit. It's not major priority, and I think she's still figuring out the whole water situation anyways. Like, what are you waiting for? Just hurry the fuck up. But that just means I can do other stuff. Like, proceed to open the bag that I have.
You do proceed to open your bag. I guess we do have to take care of that before anything. So, Landon.
I mean, I can wait.
If you want to, you can definitely. It's up to you. Do you want to open the bag, or do you want to keep it closed?
I just recall that there were ending cutscenes where I was opening it. So.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Just because it was an ending cutscene, though, doesn't mean that Landon saw it. Do you want him to still open the bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't meta now that I know what's in the bag. Eyeballs. Just fucking literally 2 eyeballs.
That's horrifying. Who put just 2 eyeballs in a bag?
It's just the 2 eyeballs. Nothing more, nothing less.
That's fucky. Well, I'm gonna get my exceed, boys. No, I'm just kidding.
Landon, go ahead and roll me for your luck, please. Just a flat luck roll.
Oh boy. Well, I know I can't put inspiration into luck, so let's just go ahead and roll that d20. Let's roll the goat. 13.
13.
That's higher than that's the upper half.
It's a decently high one.
It's the top half. It's not the bottom half.
Have you seen this? I don't think you have. Out of all the things you've seen, it'll probably be that then. Okay. Landon, as you open up the bag, you have a very distinct image in your head as you open it. You've seen something like this before, but this thing seemed very featureless, very much. It didn't remind you of that until just now, until you started thinking on it. As you look at this thing, as you kind of like have this thing opened up and it seems to rise up from the bag, a darkness, a blackness seems to come out from it. You see what appears to be a ghoul standing in front of you.
Oh no.
Who just put that in a bag?
Who put that in a bag the size of my fucking hand? And how big is the ghoul?
A full human-sized ghoul comes out.
Jesus Christ.
Can I eat it?
As this full human-sized ghoul comes out, Shomaru, you don't sense any demonic energy from it.
Oh, okay.
How did you fit? Did you fucking fold?
This thing just appears to be like having its mouth open, breathing towards you. It doesn't seem to be acting aggressive.
Huh. All right then. Welcome out, I guess.
As this thing is just looking towards you, it begins like looking around the area around it. Does anybody else do anything?
What?
I look at it with my special eye.
With your special eyes, go ahead and roll.
Alright.
I believe your special eyes is a
3. Okay, whatever which one I could have gone with, it was still bad.
Okay, good. You can't really get a read on this thing, Shomaru. It's. I mean, look at it. It's a ghoul. You know that much.
Doesn't smell like demon, but it looks like ghoul. Maybe I should eat it to be safe.
Yeah, maybe you should. I mean, from what you understand, they're kind of like humans that are tainted, so basically like eating a human. But who cares? You haven't had one of those yet.
You're right. I haven't. I should give it a try.
Shomaru, do you want to get close to it?
He'll get closer. I'm not actually going to eat the damn thing.
Shomaru, you get closer to it. As you do, roll me luck.
7.
A 7, huh? If that's a 7, let's go with. Ah, no, I know what to do. As it looks to you, it seems to give off a bit of a smile. As it does, boop. It seems to change in front of you, Shomaru, to a very familiar face.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Familiar how?
You remember you remember this man from Crocus. This is the man that you were afraid of, and that had you guys open a door.
Do I feel afraid of it now?
No.
Mr. Boy.
Shomaru just tilts his head. That's weird.
Abyss just kind of looks forward like, ah.
He was with you the whole time in the same place. Nah.
That's weird.
This guy just kind of like looks down towards you.
Do I know what a ghoul is?
Boop. You know that there were several of them wandering around during the Sabretooth incident, but not other than that, not really. You've heard from other people that they were basically like showing up around Magnolia a little bit.
Didn't I see the prison full of this shit, right?
Do ghouls even know how to shapeshift?
Who knows?
It's not something different.
As this man is kind of standing there, not really saying anything, Abyss seems to step forward, looking to him. As the man looks over toward Abyss, still says nothing. That's not my partner.
I didn't think it was. At least I didn't think your partner was a ghoul before. You didn't mention anything like that.
Some sort of shapeshifter. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I don't sense anything from it. Any sort of maliciousness, at least. But you can never tell when you're dealing with creatures like this.
Hey, can you talk? Why are you stuck in that bag?
It looks back over towards you. As it does, roll me another luck.
Okay. Let me go ahead and roll luck. Let's roll the goat. 12. If I had 13 again, would he turn back into a ghoul?
On a 12, what do I want to do for a 12? Oh, I know. It looks back towards you. Landon, as it does.
That's not okay.
Who the hell is... No, who is this one?
You remember what this one is, Wilhelm? You guys had seen it whenever Starla was making you all see illusions.
Right, I got to witness some of that. Would you look at that?
Me next!
I'm not smiling. I'm just like
Priscilla, roll me luck.
The smile just immediately goes away from Land.
I'm sorry, I just imagine you now when it just turns into like a bloodied, horrific image of your dad. Alright, I don't like this thing anymore.
Oh, a 6. Neat.
It's like it's changing into things we know. It's like, me next, me next.
I want to go. Me.
I want to turn.
It's not hurting anybody, so what's wrong?
Yeah, what's wrong?
It's hurting my heart.
Who the fuck is that?
Yeah,
oh, right.
What's wrong? Everything's fine.
Is that your mom or your sister?
Wait, stop.
Just kind of freezes and then just runs behind Chester.
As soon as Amelia disappears, the frown's kind of gone, and I'm just kind of like whirling, like I got my arms crossed in like this confused state, like what the fuck do we do with you?
I think I know what it does.
This is fascinating, whatever it is. Me, go, you, do it now.
Wilhelm, roll for luck.
Are you seeing how everybody's reacting to it?
Yes, Wilhelm loves it.
Titan's gonna appear. He's gonna turn into fucking life-size Titan.
14.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yay.
Disappears.
I'm glad we're having fun and all.
What? Oh, come on.
Meanwhile, Maki's like, oh look, it's me.
Maki just looks over like, oh.
What? Come on. She's right there. Dude, turn to something else.
Turn to something traumatic, something that'll really scar me.
As you say, turn to something else, it shakes its head.
Hey.
As it shakes its head, it points to Landon.
Does he have to tell it what to do?
I don't think that's the case, Priscilla. Otherwise, it wouldn't have turned into all those people.
Walks over to Landon.
Do you read people's minds? How do you know those faces?
When you say, do you read people's minds, it shakes its head.
I suppose you can't properly tell us how you know those faces either. Or maybe it's what we see. You're so interesting. Almost scarily so.
As you say scarily so, the creature in front of you seems to smile. And as you guys look at this smile, it's very strange to see Maki smile in a way that's kind of like a little bit wide, a little bit of a wide smile for her, especially like a toothy smile.
Kind of like a glass cow smile.
just a very out of character smile for Maki, especially.
Yeah, that don't look right. Huh. Tell it to turn to something else. This is creeping me out a little bit now.
Do you wish to turn into something else?
It shrugs.
What do you wish to do now that you're free?
Points at you.
Ha.
You're
I wanna
welcome to
do
tag along
you.
if you'd like.
As you say you're welcome to tag along if you'd like, it seems to step closer towards you again and kind of grab at your arm.
Okay.
Maki just like looks at all this, just like.
This is weird.
Other
right,
Maki
Maki?
tugs at my arm. We forget which is which, and we start seeing the Maki fight.
This is weird, right, Maki?
Did you say that they're tugging at my arm?
It kind of like grabs your arm, yeah.
Okay. Like they're trying to pull me somewhere, or they're just trying
Nope.
to take my arm?
Just take your arm. You see, it craves
Alright,
flesh. I'm kidding.
Okay. I mean, it's gonna be really hard to eat literal titanium muscle. You have a fucking good shot at that, Chief. You try your best, dude.
So,
All right then. Until you decide what you want to do, you're welcome to accompany me then.
I think it wants to do whatever you tell it to do.
Maybe it shouldn't look like Maki though, because what if we get confused?
That could be a
Well-
little confusing.
Well, Maki can speak, so.
That's the only difference I'm finding so far.
It looks to you. It looks back toward Priscilla. It looks over toward Wilhelm. Starts walking over toward Maki.
Okay. Oh, they're gonna turn into something that Maki knows.
As Maki looks at Maki. Maki tries to shovel Maki. You still know which Maki it is because one of them is holding two animals.
Yeah.
But it seems like it tried.
Man, I just don't know which is which.
Do you write or project in languages that are comprehensible to other people?
What?
Do you speak English?
Can you write? Can you say? When you can't say anything, so can you write things?
Shakes its head.
Your intelligence, to some extent, is definitely high enough to understand what we're saying.
Nods its head.
So it can understand as it just doesn't know how to read and write.
Huh. Well, how about that?
From what you
Making
can
a
get from it, it seems to be able to understand you, but it doesn't seem to be able to convey anything of its own.
The nuns are all huddled in a group over there. I wonder if one of the 7... Actually, are they still in a box, or are they finally out?
They're out.
I think we looked them up.
Okay. I wonder if one of the half-dozen nuns know what the fuck this thing is.
I don't know.
Yay! All right.
Sister
Well, I guess we're
Ophelia
gonna-
kind of steps forward. As she does, she just kind of like looks to the bag and looks over toward them. Brianna kept a lot of weird things. I'm not sure anybody would really know what that is other than her.
Wait a second. Is that thing's just like a doppelganger, isn't it?
Seems to be something similar, says Abyss.
I mean,
One with enough intelligence to understand what we're saying and
most
be able to at least respond with nods.
doppelgangers are usually they have to do the whole shtick after all. But
Question
I mean,
is,
I don't know why it doesn't.
why would somebody find or make something like that? Something
Well,
that's able to understand but not convey anything of its own. Unless it's
How
some
does
sort of
It's
unless it's some sort of a
contractually
failure.
And how does it know to turn into things it never knew about? Without
don't know.
reading our mind.
Isn't that the mystery?
Do I have to roll a knowledge? Because I know Anthony knows how doppelgangers work, but Wilhelm may not know entirely how doppelgangers work.
Roll me a knowledge and you may be surprised.
Yay! Knowledge, go. 11, and my knowledge that's a 15.
This creature doesn't seem to be acting like any sort of doppelganger you would understand. Like it's not like trying to do anything weird. It seems to be very friendly for a creature of that like that. More than anything, it's not really seeming to do anything with these things. And the forms it's taking seem to be more based off of you guys than it. If it can't read your mind, then you guys must be putting some sort of influence on it somehow. It seems very much a unique creature. You don't really have any idea what it could actually be.
So Priscilla's influence on it is her dead mom. That's
so,
fucky.
Mom's not dead.
huh?
Your undead mom.
She's not that either.
Her mom's not dead. She's a bitch and killed her dad.
As far as I know. you!
Actually, it's not really acting like a doppelganger. I don't know what this thing is, but it's not psychic. It doesn't act like a doppelganger.
It doesn't seem to be doing harm.
It is extremely friendly for something that should be trying to eat us.
We should let it do as it pleases, and if it does anything that actually is harmful, we can always set it right.
The Maki is looking at the other Maki, and as they look to each other, this Maki seems to touch the things on its cheek, and then look to the other Maki and touch the things on her cheek.
You know what? Everyone, I love us postulating what this could be. I love just trying to figure out what this weird thing is. Hey, Dimitri, you can do the mind link, right?
You want me to try to link up minds with something we found inside of a bag?
Yes.
He looks to Landon.
Well,
That's up to you.
It's not an litholich, clearly.
Yeah,
The
but
last time I attached myself to something I didn't know, I almost got my brain melted.
We have a bunch
Yeah,
of
what
units
he
now.
said.
But
We have,
you
like, a
did
whole
it, buddy, and I told you
Dimitri-
you wouldn't die.
Just like, but did you die though?
Dimitri, we have like a whole cadre of people that can unmelt your brain over there.
Roll me for
Worst
your diplomacy, please.
I wouldn't do it.
Oof.
He looks to you. You got a 15. He looks to you. He's like, "Fine, I'll try." He steps forward. As he does, he looks over at Maki and the other Maki. And he just kind of like moves this Maki back, like, "Excuse me."
Alright, get out of the way, Charlie.
Somebody say run! Meow. 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 Okay.
I'm gonna stick my leg out in 2 seconds. And I can zeal make legs now, so fucking watch out.
I'm gonna stick all of my legs out.
I'm gonna zeal make 25 legs.
As Dimitri seems to send out his brain signal toward this thing, he seems to close his eyes. His all-seeing eye seems to glow very slightly, and as it does, he opens his eyes. He goes, "All right, there, connected."
Testing. Hello.
Oh, you want me to connect you too?
I'm gonna laugh out when he says that.
Maybe you should be more specific.
Dimitri, I know it's been a long ride. You're welcome to stop if you'd like. Or if you wish to continue, please connect us to him.
Fine. I can't do everybody here, though, so I'll just... Here. As he seems to point over toward Landon and then point over toward Wilhelm. He also points over toward Priscilla because she's here. And Quince, why not? And then Shomaru, because, main characters. Anyway.
So he points to everyone that's important.
Main characters. Points to the main characters. And Charlie. I'm kidding. Never again will
Charlie,
he...
get out of here.
Never again will he be connected to Charlie. I'm kidding.
I wouldn't want to be connected to Charlie either.
As he connects everyone, you guys feel the presence of another mind, of a not familiar mind. You guys feel yourselves. You guys are all very familiar with each other. You remember this sensation from the last time. You also kind of remember the sting from last time, whenever the Elithalich was taking over everything, and you're kind of like get reminded of that real quick. But it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I remember no sting. I just remember victory.
It's fine. We killed the hell out of it.
Dude,
But
I fucking pushed it in a corner.
you do feel a foreign mind.
All right.
As you feel it, you guys also can kind of tell it does not feel the same as any of you. It definitely feels, again, like a foreign mind, like something very different than what you guys are. Definitely not human or demon or anything of the sort.
All right, we're back in here now. Yeah, hopefully we'll get more nosebleeds this time. Alright,
Now
so...
the real question is, are you able to communicate this way?
Let me roll for it real quick.
If this thing doesn't have thoughts, I'm gonna flip my shit.
I'll use one of its higher
All you
stats.
hear is just fucking like
Elevated.
unintangible screaming.
I was gonna say elevator music.
I'm
He's
rolling.
here.
I'm rolling for its. I'm rolling for its
Okay,
instincts. I'm gonna see if it understands what's going on right now.
The Deadly Premonition music theme starts playing.
It's one of its
11.
higher stats. It's doing pretty well. You hear something trying.
We are making progress.
For something that doesn't commute or has never commuted, like communed since it was probably made or born, it seems to be trying to do something. It seems to be trying to respond in some way.
We believe in you. You can do it.
New experiences all around. It takes time.
Do you guys have anything you want to say to it?
Do you? Okay. All right. I'm gonna fucking throw Priscilla out of the Skype call. You hear the Skype hang up button?
Priscilla, you say hi. This is a very simple thing for it, so it's going to be able to definitely understand. It's going to attempt to respond. It doesn't
takes
need
out
high.
lead.
It just needs over a 10 here on this roll. It's definitely something it can do, but it is a 50-50 chance. Okay, good.
Oh my god.
Hi.
Hi.
Its first thoughts. They grow up so fast.
Hi.
Christ.
Hi.
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 My name
Hi.
is
Hi.
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 Your name is not High.
It seems to be It seems to be like repeating hi, and every time it repeats it, it seems to be getting a little bit less. Like it seems to be getting a little bit more comfortable with it.
Hi.
Hi.
We're gonna have to teach this thing every single word in the dictionary, aren't we?
Hi.
My name is Priscilla. Priscilla.
Oh my god.
Rolling.
Oh my fucking god.
It nat ones. It just
actually
looks to
forgets.
you as it just tilts its head. Hi.
1 second.
1 sec.
It's weirdly appropriate. This poor dumb thing.
It's not dumb. It just doesn't know communication. You dumb. Call something dumb just because it doesn't know how to communicate. How dare you?
It's
were
very
not-
Okay,
on
we're,
our
we're
door.
we're back. We just yeah.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Okay.
So far, you've got high out of it.
I don't know if you have to be so slow with it, Priscilla. It sounds to me like it understands us to some extent. It just has a hard time responding.
Is
Holy fuck. I'm gonna Skype call it so quick.
Priscilla.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
gonna try one more roll for that. That's gonna be the last I'm gonna roll for the hi. My name is Priscilla one.
You gonna learn. We're not having another Tony.
It looks back toward her, as it does. Priscilla.
Yeah, Priscilla. Priscilla.
Priscilla.
That's my name. That's my name. That's my name.
Priscilla.
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 We're making progress.
2 words at a time.
Hi.
much headway.
Hi, Priscilla.
I'm teaching it how to talk.
I mean, you
Man,
only hear this in your head. You see no mouth
Teaching it how to
movements.
talk in my head.
you were teaching it how to think words. Well, to start,
Do you have a name?
I don't think it knows what you're talking about.
It understands. It's just having to roll to convey things.
Ah.
No name.
How old are you?
Instead of responding in your head, it just kind of shrugs. Just like,
Damn it, so I could be legal age or illegal age. Fuck.
What are you?
It's just gonna shrug again.
That's a
Doesn't know
good.
what the
That's a
fuck it
good
is.
question. That's a good one. That's a good question. See if it can convey it. That's a 17. Well, you see, I'm kidding.
You little shit.
Well, you see, it's actually a very funny story. Let me start from the beginning. I
probably
grew up
wondering how I
in
got here.
Belgium with my mother. I'm kidding.
I want to know how I got these scars.
Is it from the bag?
I change myself. I become other things.
Do you have an original form?
Yes. But I cannot return to it. No one has seen it, so I will never be it again.
So it does change from is it thoughts, memories? How do you change from people?
I change when people remember. I try to keep changes that I like.
Can you change at your own will into things that people remember?
I can change to things that I like sometimes.
Huh.
But only if someone around remembers it.
What do you want to do now? You mentioned that you just want to stick around me.
That thing points to the bag.
Yeah.
I was stolen by that thing.
Did you want me to destroy it, or did you want it back?
I do not care. I just am glad to be free. It
You're
has
welcome,
been
then.
a while.
Can you change into something that has working vocal cords?
The creature I am in now has working vocal cords, does it not?
She got you there. Or they got you there.
So why don't you speak?
I cannot. I was made to have flaws. so that I can be found.
Found
Nods,
by who?
shrugs. If I could also talk, I could stay like that forever, and no one would notice. But eventually, someone will notice if I don't talk or
That's true.
other things.
That is true.
Well, sign language exists, so we can probably fix that.
I cannot communicate myself.
I find that to be odd since you're communicating right now. Using your own thoughts.
I am not doing it myself.
It's second hand. The only way that you'd be able to communicate through thought is because Dimitri is allowing it.
From what you guys can tell, there seems to be some sort of magic keeping this thing from communicating directly.
I wonder if this thing also is under some kind of contract.
It's more, it was probably made to have that flaw,
Yeah.
like it said.
Yeah, it's just a joke. It's...
Well, I already mentioned
Right.
before, you're welcome to tag along if you wish. There's a lot of places I'll be going. You'll be seeing the world with fresh eyes.
in all kinds of interesting shapes.
Maybe I can again.
Whatever you'd like. You're your own person after all. You're deservable of any choice.
Looks over toward the side of this place as they do. They seem to again look around at the circus area, see where things are. Their eyes seems to fall on the Phantom Lord logo at the top of the circus tent. As it does, it seems to point out toward it. What is that?
This place is known as a guild. I'm not sure how long they've been gone, but these are pretty popular nowadays. That is the logo of this guild. The insignia.
I've seen it before.
Then you must not have been trapped for too long. This is the Guild of Phantom Lord.
Phantom Lord. Can't remember. Maybe I can remember sometime.
Is Starla still here, or did she finally yeet herself out?
She had yeeted herself out after she made those things into Pegasus's.
Because I would have just told her to read this thing's mind if it...
Oh, 100%. Starlo could have easily done that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, basically what I'm going to say is that we have a guild leader that can fucking see people's past, and that might help you out. What I'd probably recommend is that you at least stick around for a couple days. What, did she say she was coming back in a couple days, or she's going to be sticking over there for a while?
She's going to be staying over there for a while. She said not to go back to the tower for a couple of days.
But she's making a portal there.
Yee.
Yeah, which means that we should be able to go to and from there, or just to there, I can't remember. Regardless, it should be a lot easier to communicate with her later. And that means that if they do want to figure themselves out, it'd be best to just stick around with us for now. So I'm just gonna blah that.
I can live with that. We have a menagerie already, so what's one more? Oh.
I hope to remember. Sorry. I will try.
It's okay. Chances are you will eventually.
You can hang out with our other amnesiac. I wonder where he went. He's still at the tower.
He is dead. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I
okay.
killed him and absorbed him. I am now him.
I have absorbed his power. You guys have any more questions for it?
No, I'm
No,
set.
I'm gonna leave
This
it
thing
alone.
is-
I feel like I'm fucking probing it, and I don't know if it likes that or if it's okay.
It seems to have a kind of neutral expression on it. You do, however, look over toward Dimitri, and Dimitri seems to be a little bit strained because, again, you guys have again been on the road for most of this week, and Dimitri didn't have a nice bed to sleep in.
Yeah. No,
Dimitri
it's
slept
time.
in the carriage.
He can dispel at any time he wants. I told him that he can hold this as long as he wants and fucking take it out when he wants to.
He seems to look over
So-
to you at that point and kind of like with a inquisitive, like, "Are you done?" kind of thing.
I think we're done here.
If you wish to communicate with us once more, I want you to tug on anybody's sleeve 3 times. I can't guarantee that we'll get to you immediately. It's all up to Dimitri, of course. But you're welcome to try and communicate with us more thoroughly this way.
If they don't have sleeves, what do I do?
I guess you're in a real pickle then.
Just like point to Shomaru.
Yeah, you just immediately fucked that.
Maybe you should pat him 3 times then.
Nods.
Ow.
Dot says, "Give up and die."
Give up and die.
If you can't, if they don't have sleeves, I don't know, man. Give up and die.
I guess you're fucked. I'm not gonna give it a name because it might actually have a name, and it doesn't remember whether or not it has a name.
Then doesn't that mean it
If
doesn't
it wants
have
a name, we'll figure it out.
It
But
didn't.
because
It didn't say that it didn't have a name. It just said it couldn't remember anything
Yeah,
really about it.
exactly.
So it could have a name. It could not have a name. Who knows?
We're gonna leave it be. If it wants to be given a name for now, we'll give it a name. I don't know what the fuck it's gonna be called yet because it's not. It's technically it can be anything, so it doesn't really have any specific it doesn't have any specific gender or anything like
Dodge. It can't be Maki. It can't be Maki 2.0. It has to be Maki 3.0 at this point.
that. Nah. We're just gonna leave that alone, Chief. Maybe we'll figure it out later. If it's fucking Force, well, joke's on him. He just met the best thing he ever saw in his eye.
Maki,
Like-
Maki, and Maki.
Too many.
Makadoo.
It seems to be, again, like it said before. It seems to keep forms that it likes. It seems to be in this form for now, unless you guys tell it to be in a different form at the moment. You guys can mess around with it. At the moment, I will potentially do this just so that you guys kind of know it might be something else. I don't know.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be great when you guys go to sleep and wake up and it's just different things all the time, and it'll be great. You just start talking to them like they're fucking there, and turns out that it's not Flint. It's actually just fucking whatever this is.
I already hate this thing. Let it burn in hell.
All right. Let's end the Skype call and figure it out later.
Yeah.
Dimitri ends things up. At this point, Maki? Question mark? Just kind of like stands there, not really knowing what to do. Just kind of like looking to the bag you have in your hands, just like,
You've been in there for a while, but the long story short, we've just went through a terribly busy session of trying to send one thing to another place, and now we brought it all the way back. So, more than likely, we're going to be unwinding for the next while.
Oh. This has been
You
an
hear a
hour.
yawn, and Dimitri says he's ready for bed.
I'm hungry.
Right. We should relax and eat and
Brah.
not have to worry about more weird shit in bags.
Yo, he almost spun like a Beyblade.
Let it
I'm
rap.
gonna get burgers.
Okay, Squeaky. All right.
There, I get it.
I get you, Squeaky. I get you. I get you, Squeaky. I get you. Squeaky.
Picking up what you're putting down, and
Squeaky,
by that I
squeaky.
mean actually go to hell.
Go get burgers.
Where'd you eat us to?
To the D dimension.
There we go.
I was trying to grab them for so long, but you kept grabbing Priscilla.
All right.
So, with all that being said, again, Priscilla, you have been on the road for about 5 days.
Yes.
It is getting late at night.
Uh-huh.
Maybe save the burgers for tomorrow.
Okay.
I was gonna say she falls asleep in the diner waiting for the order to come. Just falls asleep on the table.
You just fall
You just-
asleep. Chester and Charlie just like look to you. Picks up. Let's come back tomorrow.
just like I'll come take your orders in a minute. Okay.
Just slam.
Just bam on the goddamn table.
So, at this point, guys, you guys could have anything you guys want to do here. However, I will say most of the NPCs are very much tired after their long trek, especially Luthor, because he's all like, "Fuck everything that's been this week." But I would like to know, since you guys do know that this place has basically infinite beds, who all is wanting to go and lay down? Who all has better things to do?
I guess it's probably time to lay down.
Okay.
I could go drink if I want to, but I don't feel like it. I'll do it in the morning. I'll drink in the morning.
I'll drink everything in the morning. It's fine.
Clings to Chester, half asleep. Just like,
I'm gonna sleep with my cat night.
I need to go pick up a spear, and then I'm going to take a nap.
Chester takes you into the area, looks for Shomaru, sees Shomaru, plots Priscilla into a room, just like yeets her into a room, points to Shomaru, points to the room, just like there's where you're sleeping.
you're going in there now.
It's like there's where you're sleeping, Shomaru, in there with her.
Good night.
She took my cloak. Tell her to give it back.
Everybody, if you
I
haven't said
stick-
you're staying up, I'm assuming everybody's going to be going to bed.
Yep.
With that assumption being made, and several seconds being made here for people to tell me no, and yet no one has done it, I believe that means that we can move on with the night. As everyone makes their way into these rooms where they totally believe these beds are real, totally for reals. For reals, they are reals. At least the ones that have never been here don't have to worry about it. But you all drift off for the first time in a while, kind of in a little bit of comfort. Again, you guys had some beds before. They were pretty nice, but you were also still in enemy territory, and you didn't really get to actually comf while you were there. You guys get a little comf. As things go on, the night seems to pass without any sort of incident. The bone dragons make their way inside. They eat quints and continue to go to each room systematically and kill you all. Because they're
Alright.
bone dragons, and I don't know why you brought them here. I'm kidding. But no, everybody seems to have a good rest. The morning seems to come pretty easily, and you guys don't have anything to really wake up for or do anything with, so I'm going to assume that everybody has a comfortable and long sleep. With that being said,
Help. She's using me as a pillow again. Help.
except for Shomaru. Shomaru was used as a pillow, so he gets a negative to all of his stats when he wakes up permanently.
Help. I can't feel my legs.
He also
I
has
can't
to
feel my back legs.
he also has to amputate his back legs.
I can't feel my butt. Help.
and his butt.
All hope is lost.
As everybody settles in and all of the people spread out to their different sectors of this place, morning comes. Each of you are able to get up at a decent time for your for morning activities of any sort. I'm just gonna move the 5 of you over toward the main room. As far as people are concerned, being up at this hour, being up this morning. First off, of course, the 2 people that are with Wilhelm are these 2, or that are still following him around.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with these.
They just kind of follow you around, man. It's fine.
Make another.
It is a new day at this point. Following Landon around.
Should make another.
Of course.
And Shomaru, you don't feel any weight on you currently.
Huh?
You know that she's probably around, but she didn't seem to sleep. She didn't seem to sleep in yours and Priscilla's room last night.
Oh, okay. I'm sure it's something important. If I don't see her by, like, noon, I'll probably start freaking out because it's a poor tiny little princess and she can't fucking live.
She's not. She can't do it. It's just no living allowed.
Around here, she certainly can't. Chester will just throw her into a wall and forget.
As you guys make your way out into everything, you guys notice that the dining hall has a couple of people inside of it eating, getting their fill done. It isn't as grand as what was back at the tower, because again, the tower was kind of just fully magical and automated for everything. However, you guys do notice that other than off in the hall and doing things, you notice one person is off by the gates, by the exit, seemingly waiting by the exit. You guys see what appears to be Abyss. And again, he's kind of your prisoner, so like, he doesn't seem to think that with how he's acting.
Just chilling out.
He seems to look like he's waiting for you guys by the exit, and by the exit would mean one of very few things. Do you guys wish to approach? Do any of you wish to just go back into the regular area? What do you guys want to do? So Priscilla is approaching.
I'll follow Priscilla.
So Shomaru is approaching. The rest of you can make your way into the dining halls, or you can go toward Abyss, or you can do whatever you guys want to do. What do you guys want to do? There's still 3 of you.
I want to make another raid.
Put you over here for the moment.
I got a 24-hour cooldown. I'm going to spam the shit out of it.
I'll assume Landon and Quince are going into the dining hall since they haven't said anything.
Guys, I'm going to be all Amar.
Cool. All right.
Sorry, one more time there, buddy.
I'm going to assume that Landon and Quince went into the dining halls since Priscilla and Shomaru are going to go and check on Abyss.
Yeah, more than likely.
Okay. We'll get to the dining hall in just a minute. We'll also get to whatever you're going to be doing in just a minute. And while this is going on, Priscilla, Shomaru, you guys have made your way out from your room. As you guys had done so, you guys see that Abyss is kind of just waiting by the exit of the big top. He seems to just be kind of like staring over towards you guys.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Abyss?
Good enough.
Why are you waiting out here?
I'm waiting for any of you to get over here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm here now.
Thought it was rude to just leave without letting you know.
You're leaving?
Why would I not?
I don't know.
I mean, they said something about being a prisoner. I think that means you're not supposed to go anywhere, but I don't know, I'm just a dog.
I don't think any of you would be... Well, trying to stop me. And if you did, I don't think that either way, either one of us would get out of it unscathed. But I also don't think that any of you would want to do that.
I don't want to fight you, Mr. Abyss. Then Mr. Void will be mad at me.
I'm not
He's
one
been nice to me.
to... I'm not one to really listen to anything the council has to say, especially upon being imprisoned by that church for the many months I was there. I have things to do.
Like what? Besides find Mr. Void.
Well, you said he was last in Crocus, right?
Mm-hmm.
From what I saw yesterday, it's pretty obvious that what you said was true. You did meet him. Otherwise, that thing wouldn't have turned into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was kind of spooky. I didn't like him very much.
I need to get over there and find out what he's found out. You said you helped him.
Mm-hmm.
What did you learn while you were there?
Fuck, I can't remember. I'm trying.
Well, the door was being held by a sealed from the Dark Guild and Blah.
And blah, you say?
I don't remember. I don't remember off the top of my head right now.
Oh,
I lost
man.
my notes.
I even put in the fairy tale chat once and like pinged you guys like everything you guys know about certain dark guilds and like what you found out in that area at one point. And
yeah, and it wasn't. It's what do you mean? It's not pinned. Oh wait,
I
it's not
didn't
in
pin. I
this
said
chat.
ping.
Ping.
I said I pinged you guys. Like I
See,
added you.
See, here's the thing. You know how like tabletop has like a notebook? I had those in my notebook, and then you lost the table. So then I lost my notebook.
No, it's fine. You know that the only thing you really learned from it after Void went in was that it seemed to be a hideout for a guild called Dripping Moon.
Okay, yeah. It just seemed like a hideout for a guild called Dripping Moon. Which is a dark guild.
And you didn't do anything else? I mean, he probably has by now, but...
He did something to my head.
Yes, you mentioned. He seemed to have given you a magic, correct? He does that.
He said it could drive me crazy, but I don't think it did anything. It gave me magic, though.
Some people are more susceptible than others to his gifts. Some people have stronger minds or weaker minds than others. And who knows? Maybe it won't do anything to you. I will warn that having too many gifts, especially those that are artificially gained, is something that is enough to drive a mage insane.
Oh. Why does it do that?
Your body can only handle so much knowledge, and then once you gain knowledge over, well, something that's just artificially put inside, you tend to forget basic etiquette, forget basic ability. It's a simplified way of putting it. However, another way of putting it is sometimes people should know their limits.
Oh.
Oh.
Is it kind of like when they...
So you just gotta get bigger.
No.
By artificial, what about like something they put in your head a long time ago? Because I don't know if the thing inside of me was made artificially, but I feel kind of crazy when I use it.
I think you would know if you were being affected too much by things. You're from what I can tell, some sort of a caster type, conjuration maybe. What did he give you?
He gave me the ability. He gave me... I can turn something into something. I'm looking at my card really quick. Well, I can dandify stuff, and he gave me an ability that lets my dandified stuff.
So he gave you another dandification ability, is a simple way of putting it.
Yeah.
A dandification mage.
Mhm.
Well, if he just gave you something that you already had, then it shouldn't be too big of a deal.
Mhm.
There are people whom he's giving completely new magics to. That's when things start getting a little bit unpredictable.
Oh.
But for now, it seems like you're fine if he just added on to the magic you already had.
But I
That
don't get it.
one person before, he called you a celestial spirit mage as well.
Mhm.
The one that was dying.
Mhm.
I would say hold off on any sort of other gifted magics if I were you.
Oh. Do you think I can't hold anymore?
Celestial spirit magic is special. Perhaps it isn't too bad. But focusing on more than you're capable of might have some adverse effects. Either way, he kind of like looks over toward the two of you. As he does, he kind of brings his hands through his wings, just kind of like trailing them a little bit along them. From doing so, he seems to pluck a couple of loose feathers from his wings. As he does, he seems to look to them and kind of just toss them over in your direction. 4 in total.
Picks them up.
They seem to waft in the air and go down slowly because
Yeah,
they're fucking feathers.
Yeah, he just picks them up.
What do these do?
They're for the two of you. It's nothing much. Not sure if you can even do anything with them, but if anything, find someone who can mess with things like this, and maybe they can give you something for it, even if it's just money. And it's a thank you for getting me out of there.
Okay.
I don't do this a lot, so I'm not giving all of you any. There's a lot of people here.
That's fine. Because, that's fine. But I do have a question, though. Because people don't have wings. Are you a beast man?
He brings his attention back over toward his wings, then looks back towards you. No. This is something I did. I'm a takeover mage.
Oh.
This is
So you're like Anwin.
This is a failed takeover. Something that I have to live with. I bit off more than I could chew.
If they ask me what feathers these come from, what do I tell them?
I guess that is something you would need to know. Tell them they're feathers from the Black Garuda.
Black Garuda? What's a Garuda?
Don't worry about it. I need to
Okay.
leave. I don't
Okay,
have time
bye.
to give you any creature lessons.
I'll ask Chester. He knows everything.
I doubt that, but okay.
Well, maybe he's heard of it at the very least.
I mean, Wilhelm knows a lot of stuff too.
We'll ask him later.
I'm going to be heading back to Crocus. If you end up making your way there, try to find us. We'll probably be by that house that you found. I'm sure that he's probably went through that entire place and combed it up and down, but I am going to have to check his work. He seems to sometimes miss very obvious things.
Mm-mm.
If we're not there, then we've moved on. Feel free to do whatever you like in that place. I believe we own it now, so have at.
Okay. You be safe now, Mr. Abyss. We don't want you getting captured again.
I can take care of myself, but yeah, thank you. He looks to the two of you, just kind of like kicks off a little bit from the side of the big top and makes his way outside. At which point, he seems to be almost just standing still. You see his wings spread very slightly, but as soon as they do, the morning light, you just see him seem to disappear as he spreads his wings. You don't see him flap and fly off. He just seems to disappear.
Hey, Shomaru.
Yeah.
We let a prisoner escape.
That's probably no big deal. It's not the first time.
I think it'll be fine. He seems like a really good guy. Mr. Void was really nice. He's
I
probably
didn't like
really nice.
Mr. Void very much.
Well, you don't like people who are very nice, Shomaru. You have a weird conflicting interests, okay?
The fuck?
Because Chester's fine, and you don't like him either. So sometimes I start to doubt your judgment. But you're a dog, so it's okay.
I mean, I'm not mad anymore. I was just upset he threw me in the wall.
Yeah, and he's tried to apologize for that, Shomaru, but you won't.
Did
let
he?
him.
He did. But he did though, and I was okay with it.
Okay, then
Did he
let us-
really try to apologize, though?
He petted me, and held my nose. So basically, that's an apology to Shomaru.
And when he tries to make it up for you, you still avoid him anyway.
I haven't seen him since then.
Okay then, we're gonna go out for lunch. Or breakfast, depending on what time it is. And you're gonna come with us, Shomaru.
I mean, okay, I don't really need to eat. Well, I guess I can go. Do I
You
get
don't want a
bones?
Well, there's burgers and bones. There's probably bones. Burgers are made out of meat, and bones are attached to meat, so there's gotta be bones. We'll see what they have. Let's go find them.
Okay.
Kind of
Go find
burgers
him.
have you been eating?
Fucking steak burgers. I don't fucking know, man.
Just literal steaks
You
on
know, you
buns.
just gotta have those bone-in burgers, man. Obviously.
Yeah, man. Boneless. You got when you order your pizza,
So-
you gotta let them know you want it boneless.
The both of you were given 2 feathers, unless Squeaky wants to take all 4 of them.
Yeah, she would have shared them with Shomaru, but Shomaru doesn't have thumbs, so she's holding all 4.
You were both given 2 feathers. Go ahead and remember that you guys have those. Put them somewhere, like this, and I mention it somewhere on there.
I'm gonna put it in my notebook.
They seem to have been called the feathers of the Black Garuda. Potentially saying that to somebody could get them to help you out with anything you can mess with them. From what he seemed to say, he was a takeover maid, so you guys can probably assume it was some sort of a beast or demon that he had gone with. And Shomaru, you don't smell any demonic things on it, so probably some sort of beast. As you guys are returning inside, let's get to everybody else really quick. Wilhelm,
Magic.
you had decided you wanted to make another little wraithy boy.
Yeah, so I made an ice one, I made a rock one. The only other one I can think of that isn't a walking death tornado is a water one.
You want to make yourself a water wraith?
Yes.
Well, first off, go ahead and use that aspect shit.
Let's do this. Let's make more little dudes.
You did it, obviously, probably. Yeah,
spells.
you totally
Yay.
did it. You fucking all right, cool. You gonna make a water wraith?
Yeah, do that.
You did it.
Look at me. I'm ready for Smash.
Everyone is here. Boop.
No, you just see him just summon a little water one. We're in Phantom Lord turf now. I'm fucking safe. Fine.
There you
Hey.
go. Look at that boy.
Look how adorable they all are.
There we go. Now they're kind of a little bit more color. I don't know if that one's a rock one. Let's make it like. There we go.
Huh.
Now you have a stone wraith, a water wraith, and an ice wraith.
Just 2 more, and I can make Captain Wraith.
And then you can make a heart wraith.
This was a Kingdom Hearts game all along.
As you summon yourself up a third wraith, they seem to be basically just like crowding around you, just like, you know, being with you. You notice that like when you were sleeping, they were just kind of hanging out around you.
All right. Well, now that the third one's around, what am I supposed to do with you 3?
They start fighting to the death.
No, don't do that. Oh, I need to figure out what all of you. Oh, I know what you do. It just points to the ice one. I don't know what you 2 do.
Perfect.
I'm going to. So let me just get this settled. The fucking this little tent is somewhat far away from the town, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Somewhat on the. Okay, so I'm gonna go behind the tent, and we went behind the big top, and we're gonna just try and get these guys to do stuff. Let's see if I can train them to do things.
Okay. They are not that intelligent.
I have to figure out what they do. That they can. I gotta figure out what they can do. Or
You go back behind the big top, and you tell them to train or to show what you can do, what they can do, and they look to you and they look around and they don't see enemies and they're like, "What do you want us to do, Daddy?"
I gotta make I need targets. Where's Flynn?
You want us to kill Flynn? All right, let's go kill Flynn, Daddy.
No, don't. I need a target that can't break. Where's Landon?
Hey, Landon, what are you doing?
We said the same goddamn thing. Where's Landon?
He literally throws a fucking boulder at me, and the boulder shatters against my forehead.
I'm gonna go find Landon. I need a fucking.
Do you want your kids to die? Because if they are within 10 feet of my presence, they will disintegrate.
I mean, I get 1 a day, so it doesn't really matter, does it?
That's brutal, dude. Like, kids can make babies. I mean, we can make babies like 9 months. We get another person, but you don't see me saying,
I don't fully
in
understand
9 months I'll get a new one.
This is what we like to call natural selection.
Yes.
Well,
yeah,
also
and
like to
naturally, everything dies before me.
We also like to call this Landon selection.
Wilhelm, you make your way inside the area. You find yourself looking at a table that has Quince, Landon, and Maki sitting at it. And Landon's right there.
Landon, and maybe Quince if he feels like it. I need help.
What's going on, buddy?
I need some targets.
Okay. What type of targets do you need?
I need to figure out what these 3 little bastards can do. They don't seem to understand how to do anything without something standing in front of them.
Can I zeal make bullseye targets held up by zeal wooden legs?
You could potentially make a simple target. It wouldn't be like a bullseye target. You couldn't like do any fine details, but
yeah,
you could have something similar to that, yeah.
Alright, I'll fucking snap my fingers and the target's gonna form. Let me get rid of some of that mana there.
Just gonna do it right here in the middle of the dining hall.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it on the table, and the table's gonna break because it's gonna weigh 30 pounds, or 300 pounds. No, I mean I'll put it in a spot that makes sense. I will get up from what I'm doing. If he needs something for these things to test his strength on, then I will conjure up something made of zeal that they can then try to attack.
You summon up what appears to be, again, like a circular target on top of like a pole that seems to be sticking into the ground. As you summon this thing up, it is definitely like you're using your zeal make magic kind of for the first real time as you're doing this. You were kind of practicing a bit while you were on the road, But bringing something like this up, this is definitely one of the most complicated things you've made so far.
Man, wait till they see the disc. Fucking blow minds.
As you bring this up, Wilhelm, you notice that again, this thing is much different than how you've usually seen Landon use his abilities. Like, first off, it's gold, so there's that. But
You
second,
just got gold edition Landon. Congratulations.
you got
It's like a 5-star
Landon
unit.
Prestige Edition.
That's a 5-star unit, unlike regular Landon, which is a 5-star unit.
Wait a second. That doesn't sound right.
I'm always right.
As you know, they appear off a little bit behind Maki, and they're just sticking out of the ground.
Oh, would you look at that? I was asking for a live target, but you know, this works out way better.
There you go, buddy. Now I can keep eating, and they can go ahead and try what they need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You might want to move, Maki. And move a little bit out of the way. Scooch the chair over.
You say you might want to move Maki. Maki doesn't really move.
Are you Maki? Or are you the other one?
You say Maki again. This thing doesn't really seem to notice, as if it's not its name, so it doesn't really know you're talking to it.
Okay, so
This would be a shapeshifter.
Will's gonna just take the chair with it in it and just kind of scooch it over. Out of the way.
I already despise this creature.
He just like pushes it over. Like, oh.
Jake already knows what I'm gonna do with this thing.
Okay.
Oh,
This
boy.
is the worst one yet.
You got like a Landon.
I mean, it did turn into Amelia, and I was rather conflicted for about 5 seconds until it transformed it into something else, and then the happy came back.
Man,
So
that reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist.
Landon, I think we need to buy a bell for this one. But besides that,
Fuck.
okay. Little things. Well, I've seen
Thanks.
little wraith things. I don't know what to call you things, any of you yet. Target attack.
You point off toward the targets. As the race look to you, they look to the targets, and they're just like, yeah, okay. They start moving around the table as they get over to them.
If they still didn't know what was going on, then I'd use my finger to etch into the zeal an angry face. They start running away because they're afraid of it.
The race all gang up around the target, and you see them each like bringing their spiky hands together, and they start stabbing at it.
Aw.
Yo, your rates are something, man.
Huh.
As they start stabbing at it, I will say these things are made to be piercing things, so they do actually pretty well against the zeal. Like they're piercing, they're doing their best, they're stabbing into it. You didn't put a ton of effort into it, so I'm not gonna say that it like holds up to them very well.
Oh, of course not.
But they're just kind of like piercing at it. They know it. They see that it's not moving, so they don't really do anything special. They're just kind of stabbing it.
You don't crush a child's dreams on their first day of being alive. You let them try and grow and learn and discover, which is why I'm not their target, because I would literally not just crush them mentally, but physically.
As you see them do this, you notice that both the stone and the ice wraith seem to be piercing it with a lot more success, whereas the water wraith does not seem to be piercing it very well at all with its water spikes.
That one needs a change in tactic.
So I guess I'm immune to water damage then. It's good to know. I'll write that down.
It either has something to do with your stuff, Landon, or the fact that this thing doesn't have very sharp spikes.
I mean, it is liquid, so that would make sense.
That one I need to work on.
As they continue to kind of like stab this thing, it eventually seems to dissipate as the target is destroyed.
Good work, you three. I think. Do you respond to praise at all?
Do you respond?
They
start clapping their dumb hands.
They notice that you're talking to them, and they kind of like look to each other confused.
You know what? That's probably the best you're gonna get, brother.
I mean, you're right.
These things are definitely lesser wraiths. Like these things are, we barely know how to function and live. To be fair.
They're very stupid baby wraiths.
Yo, they might be stupid baby wraiths, but I just realized that if you wanted to bring up a galleon and Sea of Thieves, you would have 4 people, including yourself, to command that ship. You just have to tell them exactly what you fucking want, because they're gonna run it into a goddamn fucking ocean bar, sandbar somewhere immediately. And then the Kraken's gonna show up and they're all gonna abandon ship.
They would abandon the ship, wouldn't they, those little shits?
I want to kill them now.
All right. This is more complicated than I thought. I guess wraiths, living magic, all that jazz.
They go over to Landon and they start stabbing him.
Adorable.
How do I make them? How do you think I should make? Can I make these things smarter?
You have to give them the power of brain. You gotta give them the brain element.
I don't have that one.
Yeah, you better go collect it.
You feel like the ones that you guys had saw before, Wilhelm, the ones that were very large and moving around in the ice world you were in, they seem to be a lot smarter than these guys. So it's probably possible.
Maybe if I make them bigger.
Maybe big brain equals big body.
Potentially making them bigger or changing something about them potentially could work. Who's to say, though?
I need to do some research on these things. You think our library's got some info on wraiths? Considering.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
It'd be my luck that the psychopath that built the tower wouldn't leave any notes behind.
That just means that you have a goal of going back up there soon, too.
You're right. It'd be nice to catch a break with some stuff, you know? Have to fight my way through an army to get some, just, a couple pages of info.
Stab, stab, stab.
Like, Quince is just, like, eating his sandwich.
Every stab that he has just heals over with dragon bark.
We just ignore your dumb children.
They are very. Are they just climbing on the table and shit?
No, they're just hanging out. They don't have any more orders, so they're just kind of hanging out, doing their thing.
They're trying their best, dude. They just don't know what the best is. So,
It is around this time. It is around this time that Priscilla and Shomaru come back inside, as they are heading off past the area you guys are at. Priscilla and Shomaru, you guys notice that Landon and Wilhelm and Quince are hanging out with Maki and three of the wraiths that Wilhelm has been summoning.
You let a prisoner escape.
Good morning to you too.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm sure you guys hit what?
Mr. Abyss left. He went to go find his partner in Crocus.
Ah.
Huh.
He gave us some feathers.
Yeah. What's a Garuda?
What's a Garuda? Do I roll?
You want to try to roll for it?
Yes, I would like to use my big brain to know what a
big brain.
17 plus 4 is like 21.
Dude, ever since Deadly Premonition was mentioned in Nintendo, and the fact that Funhouse is now doing a playthrough of it, every time I think of you fucking trying to figure shit out, I think of the profiling moment where they just start having pictures flashing in his mind. And then you bring your hand up to your ear and you're like, Zach, I think I figured it out.
I just talked to the I actually have another person in my head. I got the fucking crystal lady. I figured it out.
You actually do. Holy shit. Oh god, you're fucking Francis York Morgan.
Yes, I've always wanted to be that.
But please call me York. Everyone calls me that.
My name is Wilhelm, but please call me York.
Everyone calls me that.
No one calls you that.
I hate this day.
I hate this day. So what did you end up getting?
21.
A 21.
Oh,
You
God.
know that there is a potentially a mythical bird that is a very rare bird that is out there, a monstrous bird, a very large monstrous bird out there that has the name of Garuda. There's been several sightings of it, especially around Seven and other sort of kind of more desertous areas. Some say that they have power over lightning and storms, similar to things like that. You've never heard of a black Garuda. That's not something that you've seemed to have come across. But you do know that again, regular Garudas more like very large mythical birds, potential power over storms and lightning.
Well, I don't know about black ones. A Garuda is like a big mythical desert bird that supposedly has power over lightnings and storms, etc., etc. No such. I've not heard anything about a black one. I think you might have been pulling your leg a little bit. Maybe just try to fight a big crow and lost.
He said it was a failed takeover.
Must have been a crow. I know. I'd say
That's
that.
why it's a failure. He took a crow instead of an actual Garuda.
He gave us these feathers. He said we can make something really good with them if we go to the right person, or they can give us a lot of money.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe our barkeep friend might be able to make something out of that, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure yet. I haven't seen his work with my spear.
But Shumbru and I are really hungry, so we're gonna probably look for food.
I'm not that hungry.
Shumbru and I are really hungry, so we're
You know
gonna
what?
look for food.
You know, that reminds me. Wilhelm looks at the little wraiths. Are any of you hungry?
Man, if I'm hungry, that must mean you're really hungry. We should go before you die.
Summer, just letting you know that if you don't want to go eat, you can definitely say no.
You can wiggle out of my arms.
No, it's more the thing. You're saying he's hungry. Someone's like, I'm not hungry.
What are you talking about? I'm fine.
He's not hungry.
I'm fine. What are you talking about?
Did you get hit in the head really hard?
They said that they're going to be going and getting something to eat. As that is being said, Priscilla, you look around the main room that everybody's in. You do notice that there is a Chester in the room, as well as a Charlie in the room. Other than that, people who are in the room currently, there is a Basilisk in the room. There is a Flint in the room. And there is not an Ath in the room, because Ath is definitely sleeping in. But there is a Sister Ophelia in the room.
Ooh, actually.
As all of this is being said, Priscilla, where would you like to head off toward? Let me guess. Basilisk.
Of course, Basilisk. Hi, Bas. How you doing? I'm going to open this box in front of Ophelia, and she's gonna cry. Okay. I also have my box. I brought my box because I want Chester to tell me what it is as soon as I open it, because I'm not gonna know what the fuck it is.
And obviously, Chester knows everything, like you said.
Of course he does. And if not, Charlie knows everything too.
Of course, yeah, they both know
That
everything.
is the exact opposite of true for.
That might not be the
I don't know.
smartest thing you've ever said.
I don't know. Did Charlie was Charlie the one that gave me a in-depth explanation about sex that wasn't lewd at all? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was him, so he knows everything.
That's actually true. That man's a fucking 300 IQ meme
I can't
lord.
defeat that logic. Valid philosophical argument.
Suck it.
While they're going off to chat with Charlie and Chester, you guys finish up what little things you guys have. Wilhelm, you're pretty sure that, like, looking at them, they don't really seem to be hungry in the same sense of like normal things would be hungry. But if you look on the thing, they do need to eat something. You do know that they need to eat some sort of matter. to be able to sustain themselves. You're not sure what exactly that means, but they don't show that they're hungry on their face, like at all.
I don't think they have expressions. So I don't have enough advanced magic to have them have like eyebrows. So I don't know.
They probably
I
probably need a matter baby.
So I did roll high enough to get 2 spell charges on shift.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get 1 rock hand and 1 ice hand?
You want to punch them?
No,
I mean, I'd be fine with
want-
that.
Just
I
beat
mean,
the
well, I
hell
know-
out of them.
I know that when you remove the magic out of rock, it just kind of falls in place. You know.
You could definitely try. You said that you got you got the aspect shift for 2 things. I'll say yeah, you can do that.
So if I just just summon some of that and just kind of like knock it off my arms.
You summon forth your rock hand and your ice hand. As you do, you immediately let go of it as the two substances fall to the ground. Looking at the thing here, yeah, sure. They both they 3 of them just kind of like look over at you. They look at the things as they drop onto the ground. Landon, he just kind of like drop these 2 like large fist like rocks on the ground. One of them is like an ice, the other one is like at a rock, just a rock.
Just another day.
It's another
at
day,
the
man.
guild.
Well, I'm conducting magical.
So what are you up to, buddy? You having
Hold
fun?
on. Hold on. It's an
You doing
experiment.
okay?
I'm doing science, Landon. Relax. Eat.
Okay.
You just point to them and you're like, eat.
Eat it.
I don't want to eat rock.
Do they do anything?
You see a shaking head from Maki, like, mm-mm.
No, not you, the wraiths. Wraiths, eat, bro. I don't know what to do here.
They look forward. They hear you say eat. The 3 of them kind of clamor forward. As they do, they just kind of like look at the rocks on the ground. The stone wraith just kind of like picks up the stone fist on the ground and kind of just like brings it up to its face. The ice wraith and the water wraith just kind of like look down on the ground at the big old chunk of ice. As they do, like they just kind of like look to each other and then they start fighting to the death to see who gets it.
What?
God damn it, you guys.
They
do
both
not.
die
Fuck
and
off.
neither of them get it. I'm kidding.
Shit.
Well, at least I was about to say you're about to figure out which one is stronger out of the 2, but if they both die, then they're both useless.
It's fine. The ice wraith freezes over this water wraith and it becomes another ice wraith.
Oh my god, that's actually the strongest, most OP wraith of them all.
Everything's ice wraith if you try hard enough.
I've got an
Man.
ice rock wraith.
I can't wait for the
Ice
blood
Wraith.
ice wraith.
The blood ice wraith. I mean, from what we've seen in fucking fairy tale, shit like that can happen.
That is mildly concerning.
Frostfire wraith.
But you see that the ice wraith seems to go forward toward the ice on the ground. The water wraith's looking at it too, just like You
were born 15 minutes ago. You're fine.
I'm kidding. As they're just kind of like nibbling on the hands. Just like I guess this is what we're gonna do.
Now, if they consume their own element, will they grow larger? That's what I'm trying to figure out here.
They do not.
Damn it. So that didn't work.
The ice wraith looks to the ice hand. It just it's devouring, and then it looks to its own ice hand, and it goes, "Wait a minute." I'm kidding. Proceeds to eat self.
I would just smack its hand. Like, no. Stop.
But no, they seem to eat it pretty well. The two of them that needed it seem to be somewhat satisfied with it.
Hmm.
From what you can tell on their expressionless, fucking weirdly demonic faces.
This is going to take a lot of time.
Maybe if you learn how to do some more stuff with your race, maybe you can get them to be smarter or look any different or something. But that's probably gonna have to do with you training and learning more and getting blank cards.
Of course. It's fine. It's now I have some answers, so I can chalk them up.
Yeah. As you go about doing that, Landon, you just watched that entire thing happen while you were finishing your food.
Yup.
What is it you would like to do for the day?
Honestly, that's a really fucking good question, mate.
Is there anybody you'd
I'm
like to
not
talk to
entirely
immediately,
sure.
or?
I'm guessing the genie's down here, but like I can see how the genie's doing. It's been a while, but I don't think that's anything unless she has something important to say that like needs to be.
Well, the thing with the
drawn out
genie
on.
is that she was at the tower. You know that they're
Yeah.
gonna be coming here. At least some people are gonna be coming from the tower,
Yeah.
pretty soon. To be fair, the people that are right here are gonna be the ones coming.
Okay.
Boop. But they will not. They probably won't show up for a little bit.
Okay. Huh. What do I feel like doing then? Weapon shop isn't open till later, and honestly, I don't really have a need to get any weapon.
Mhm.
I've got the gold dust at the moment that I need to give to the librarian, and I can wait on that. I could go a day out in the town and just see what's out there.
Most
'Cause at
definitely.
the end of the day, it's like, I really haven't been around the place much. Been around a little bit, but I haven't really done anything fun. I could go take a bath. I could go drink beer. I could do both.
I could have a bath in the beer.
I could zeal
I know what I
make a
said.
beer glass and zeal make beer.
You're just like you look to one of the mugs that they have. You try to zeal make it. You just make like a fucking like pestle, like a mortar and pestle kind of thing. You're just like close enough, and you drink.
Brother, the possibilities are endless.
As you are thinking about what to do, Squeaky,
Yes.
you make your way over toward where Chester and Charlie are.
Yeah.
They seem to just be kind of sitting there. Charlie seems to have his head down on the table in front of him, as Chester is just kind of like looking to him and like looking back over towards you. It's just like, what all happened while you guys were gone?
We almost died again.
I fell out of the sky.
Yeah, Charlie fell out of the sky. He ran a lot.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Wilhelm. Nah, I'm playing. That was pretty fun.
Jesus Christ.
We didn't really eat good food while we were there either. They ate vegetarian or vegan.
Yeah, we had fucking celery.
Celery. I mean, I don't mind eating vegetables. It's just they don't fill you up like anything else will.
Squeaky, why
What?
are you doing this?
Because she's holding Shomaru
Why are
over
you
her-
stacking things so much today?
Because Shomaru is on her head right now.
I don't think that that's true.
Anna's secretly stack attacker.
You know what, Shomaru, you're gonna be on Charlie's head now.
Bleh.
Put him on Charlie. There we go.
Hello.
Charlie was telling me something about how you guys met a group of nobles while you were out too.
Yeah, they wanted to marry Shomaru.
I heard. What do you think about that, Shomaru?
I don't know. Like, I feel really bad for them and I want to help them. I don't really get getting married.
Yeah, but they said that you'd have to have sex with them.
All right, what?
Shomaru just gives her a blank stare of not understanding.
Well,
The Windows fucking shutdown sound happens.
Do I gotta find it?
Well, they explained that they have a curse that can only be cured if they have a child with a demon, which means that they have to have sex with Shomaru. So I said no.
Shomaru's a dog. Shomaru's a dog. Actually, he's like one of them ethereous things or whatever. No, he's a dog.
They said that they could give him a people form, and I said, well, you don't know if you're even Shomaru's true love because you're not in love with Shomaru. And they were like, well, he would be my true love because it means your fate brought him to me just like a curse, so he would be my true love. And I said, that's not how it works.
You got really upset.
Actually, it might
He was like, what if Shomaru's my true love? And I don't know because the point is, I said no because Shomaru, I don't know how old Shomaru is. And he's a dog.
I mean, it's weirdly weird. But, I mean, it seems like Shomaru would be getting something pretty interesting from this endeavor. And,
Like, I understand if Shomaru wants to help them, but I don't know. I don't understand. Because then Shomaru would have a baby, and then I'd have to stay too because Shomaru's my dog, and I don't want to stay there. They're weird.
Huh?
We have their mom, and I don't understand.
he just he opens his mouth to say something, potentially something.
We don't know about them. Wait, do we know about the mom? Do we know that she's their mom?
I think you do.
we put it together that yes, she is their mother somehow, but we don't understand.
Yes, because she actually told Quince, just flat out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we know that.
He opened his mouth as if to say something, potentially very, very, something towards Shomaru to the effect of, you got Shomaru, you need to think maybe you should be a little bit greedier. Maybe you should think more about what you gain from something as well as something like this. If this is something that they're going to be gaining from, what do you gain from this, and why do you if you think that you can help them while getting some sort of reward in turn, it could be something that could be potentially worthwhile. But he stops whenever you said you have their mom, and
Well, the curse happened because their mom had sex with a demon. And so the girls that are cursed are not the demon's children. I don't know, but apparently she had sex with a demon, and I was like, I don't get it. So what's the problem? And then they're like, well, she didn't want to have sex with the demon.
Also, Squeaky, before you go too much further, I actually just now realized that you might have a weird perception of this. They don't want to have a kid with him.
What do they want to do?
They just want to fuck him.
They don't want to have a kid. They just want to have sex with Shomaru because their mom had sex with a demon, and apparently that started a curse. Because she didn't want to have sex with a demon, but apparently they had a lot of sex.
Really rough, sweaty.
And I thought
I think you're paraphrasing very hard on this.
I can't remember everything, Deco. I don't remember.
The whole lot of sex part, I think, made me wait a second. It's like, do you think that they did it consensually?
She was raped a lot, but I'm not there yet.
Jesus Christ.
Because that's when she learned about rape.
Shomaru's eyes have glazed over. He doesn't know what's happening anymore.
I did find
You
it.
had enough time to completely reset the Windows PC, and then it crashed again.
Oh, what is this? Oh, God.
Holy
Oh.
fuck.
Eclipse, you don't need to heal.
What just
Okay.
happened?
But thank you for the $300.
Holy
Says,
shit.
hey, I'm still alive. Good, let's keep it that way. 2 blank cards to
God damn
Shomaru
it.
and 3 to Wilhelm.
God,
God.
damn.
Oh
3
no, the
blank
power.
cards to Wilhelm.
The
He's gonna
power.
become an elemental catastrophe.
You mean I'm not already? I need to try harder.
I want to be an
I
elemental
just
catastrophe.
got you guys. I just got you guys new abilities. Why do I gotta get you guys more new abilities?
Oh, you can make it easy. Just Wilhelm, just put upgrade into all your rates.
Oh, my mind glazed
Oh,
over for
no.
a moment. Blank cards, not fake cards. I was about to go Deco. I want to play them both right now.
Yeah, I know.
As your Windows PC blue screening.
I actually told Jake earlier today, one of the fake cards you guys haven't seen yet, that I really want you guys to get at some point.
We'll get there eventually.
Eventually.
Wait, aren't they
Oh, like,
blank?
we- you know- Yeah,
Are
they're
they
blank.
blank
They're
cards?
blank cards. I copied the wrong
We just
thing.
got on
Shut
the
up. I'll
topic.
put them somewhere else. Anyway,
Okay.
I will say though, you know, there is still 4 here. Nightshade, wink, wink. You're asleep. But
oh.
Poor boy.
Come on, buddy.
but yes, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. I know that they're blank cards, and I copied the fake cards. I am very lightheaded and very much not in a great place, so I'll change it later. Don't worry. But thank you very much for the donation.
Hold on. I'll just change the name of them. Actually, blank card.
Cool. Thanks, man.
But yeah, the demon had a lot of sex that they didn't want, and now they have to have sex with the demon in order to fix themselves. I don't understand, but that's
The way they
situation.
explained it, because this was several weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
The way they explained it was that their mother was attacked by a demon. That demon, unfortunately, like tainted her, and whenever she did have kids, finally, that curse was passed on to the children.
Mm-hmm.
What they need is for a more powerful demon to relieve them of that curse by basically overpowering that demon's energy, that demon's taint. They would like for Shomaru, which they think is a more powerful demon, to do things with them to get rid of it.
Blah.
Oh, gee, I am pretty great.
I feel like this can go wrong in many ways, though.
Can it? I don't know how.
Well, think about it. If a demon caused the taint that cursed them, and you're a more powerful demon, and you override that taint with your taint.
You just realized that.
I'm glad I'm all the way the fuck over here right now.
Squeaky. I'm gonna need you to concentrate and try really hard.
It's just the word taint.
I'm gonna need you to try really hard to finish this conversation.
I know, hold on.
Okay.
I have to be really fucking stupid when I play her, okay?
I know.
If you,
Got this.
you're gonna override.
You do it. You just need to breathe. Keep playing that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Shan.
All right.
Fucking wrap this up.
Okay, so they need Shomaru. If you override the old demon's taint with your taint, then the taint's gonna pass on to their kids whenever they have kids. How do they know that's not gonna happen instead, and then everything gets worse?
Well, is Shomaru gonna curse them?
I don't know.
wanna curse them.
We don't even know if the original demon meant to curse them, did they, Mr. DM?
Jesus Christ.
I hate everything about this right now.
Hey, look, you're getting into Chester's role.
So yeah,
Did we
thanks
know
a
that it
lot.
meant-
So yeah, thanks a lot for that donation, Eclipse. It was really nice. I'm having to sit here talking about demonic taint and sexual intercourse between cursing things in my game.
I'm sorry you
and,
asked about it.
You know, it's pretty hard for me right now. I'm in a rough spot, so I do appreciate.
Grade A donation, very nice.
So
Much appreciated.
do we know that the demon meant to curse them?
The demon was definitely malicious. The demon definitely
Okay.
did that on purpose. Yes.
Okay.
And Shomaru could also tell you that demons don't really curse things, like, you know, in those senses, without meaning to. Like,
Yeah, like when I kill the ground and it will suffer for thousands of years to come, I do that on purpose.
like the only
Except
thing,
that one
the only
time I
thing
had to pee.
the only thing Shomaru's ever did on accident was the pee thing, and that was a joke that we made canon because it was funny.
Oh, okay.
But no, normally, demons have to attempt to do things like that. They have to actually make an effort to do things like that.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay.
From what they had explained to you, they just want Shomaru to override those things.
Yeah,
And the way that they said was through the snoo, you see.
Mm-hmm.
However, you know, you don't want that, and Shomaru is indifferent to that.
I don't really even understand it.
Well, see, you see, because you don't understand it, you can't really say yes because you don't know what you're saying yes to, Shomaru. Charlie told me all about consent.
I mean, they're pretty. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I mean, if it's some sort of demonic curse, you could attempt to maybe try to do something else to fix it.
Yeah, there has to be some other way.
Like,
Do you guys not know another way?
No,
no.
Nope.
I mean,
You guys just brought an entire church to the guild.
yeah, but they worship a dead dragon.
Okay.
What, that can help?
Do they know how to stop demonic curses?
We haven't asked.
That's a very good question, Chester.
We should ask.
I mean, Shomaru doesn't like it when he's around holy things.
I really don't.
So maybe
Are you-
ask them for help?
That's a great idea, Chester.
You guys, you know what? I'm not surprised. Let's go ask.
Okay, and then can we go get food? I'm really hungry, and we didn't eat last night because we went to the restaurant and then everything went black.
Me and Charlie just had breakfast.
God damn it.
Do you want something to eat, Priscilla?
Yes, I'm fucking hungry.
We just had breakfast. Just yeet Shomaru. What the Where'd I yeet Shomaru? There he is.
Oh, God.
This is my life.
All I'm saying is maybe asking them is something we should do before we decide if Shomaru needs to go and do that.
Yeah. You should do that. And can we get food first? I'm really hungry.
You guys wait here. Get yourself something to
Okay.
eat.
Mm.
He seems to stand up. As he does, he just kind of like walks away from the table. Wonder where he's going. Ow.
I still have this box to open, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping that if neither of us knew, Chester would know.
Well, he's right there if you want to call him back. But, he's going off and doing something now. You want me to make you some food?
Are you eating something, Charlie?
I got a sandwich.
A sandwich sounds fine.
I'm just happy to be here.
It's my breakfast sandwich. Ow.
So Charlie, can you explain what you explained to Priscilla to me?
I don't know. I think the DM's broken, and he just doesn't really know how to cope with anything right now.
I'll explain to you the way Charlie explained to me
Oh, okay.
later.
He's been going on for about 3 hours, and he told everybody before that he might have to end things off soon because, like, you know, the whole lightheadedness, and I think he's just finally feeling it, especially after that conversation. And I'm not sure exactly what he's gonna try to do.
I'm just gonna follow Chester.
Whenever I hear Priscilla talk, I also feel like I'm getting lightheaded and the room
No,
is
it's
spinning.
I'm just gonna follow Chester.
I'm actually having a hard time focusing.
Oh.
Sorry, man.
I think that after that conversation, does anybody have anything very important they would like to do other than following Chester?
Nope.
I mean, I said I'm probably gonna spend my day checking out the town. That's probably what I'm gonna do.
Okay, definitely,
Unless
definitely.
Somebody stops me halfway and says, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, sure. I'll fucking do it."
I will say the whole changeling thing happened a little bit longer than I thought it would. Otherwise we were gonna do some I said a name out loud. Oh well. Anyway. Otherwise we were gonna do some kind of downtime things and things of that nature. So I was hoping that we could get some things more done today, but it's only like 20 minutes until we usually try to end things off. I honestly don't think I can keep going, guys. I'm really sorry.
It's all good, man.
I'm okay. For those of you who came in after I explained things, if I even did explain things, I'm taking a new dose of my medication. That's a much higher dose than I'm used to, and I'm getting very much like in my head right now. So it's we did good. I think we did pretty good. So
I mean, we ended up doing more things than you thought that we were gonna do, which kind of prolonged the whole Transformer robot in disguise reveal.
Definitely.
But that's what happens. We use our big brain to do big brain stuff.
Definitely. And again, if we end up having to have like an extra game of downtime after that, it's perfectly fine. So I think that next game we're going to be definitely going and figuring out some different ways we can end some of these side plots, including potentially ending one that you guys didn't think we could actually end without Shomaru losing whatever innocence that he has. But I think now's a pretty good time to end things off. I'm really appreciative of you guys all being here while I've been like this. I've been trying to distract myself all night, and it's been working really well. I hope you guys enjoyed this as we enjoyed our sets. Have any questions, comments, complaints, or wisecracks? Put them in the comments below. I'm glad we're back and doing some fairy tale for the first time in like 3 weeks. Maybe even longer. Who's to say? But yes. You guys have anything to say? Because I'm done talking.
I don't think this is Shomaru's innocence. I think this is Shomaru's obliviousness.
He doesn't. Either way, he shouldn't lose. He shouldn't lose either one, man.
Zealmake is just the beginning.
Maybe Shomaru deserves a harem ending. Did you ever consider that? Look at this little dog.
It's just the beginning.
The Zeal stand.
You need to introduce him to it so he can lose all control and become a pimp.
This is the Zeal Gundam.
I have 3 blank cards.
I have 2 now. Isn't it great, Wilhelm?
Zeal go-kart.
Time to make some more fire spells.
And the Zeal frying pan.
I'll turn my frying pan into a drying pan.
No, that's the Zeal. That's
yeah,
the Zeal
you're definitely
pan.
too dead.
No, you have the Zeal frying pan, but then you turn it over, and then it just makes the rain stop in place.
Next week we'll hopefully have a little bit of a longer session. Maybe next week we'll also have a quiz. But I hope you guys enjoy us as we enjoy ourselves. Any questions, comments, wisecracks in the comments below. Until next time, guys, like always, later days.
Goodbye.
I will create perfection from nothing.
I'm just gonna create some elemental chaos.